Phat Airlines, living in a stream. Phat Airlines takes the stage where we were, streaming high in the virtual air. World of airports, the game is live. He's landing planes with a vibe so fly. Phat Airlines, soar in the skies, stream in the hustle, watch the views rise. Pilots and planes, oh man, it's insane. Twitch and YouTube growing his name. From tarmac dreams to handles tight, every touchdown a perfect flight. He's a runway king, streak out the fog. Game so smooth, they call it airlocked. Phat Airlines, soaring the skies, stream in the hustle, watch the views rise. Pilots and planes, oh man, it's insane. Twitch and YouTube growing his name. Chatting with the fans, call signs loud. Leader of the fleet, yeah, he makes us proud. Pushing content like a jumbo's thrust in Phat Airlines, we trust. Pin the radar, he's live again. Communities tight like aviation. Friends like skyrocket, engine scream. Phat Airlines, living in a stream. Phat Airlines takes the stage with fair lore, streaming high in the virtual air. World of airports, the game is live. He's landing planes with a vibe so James and growing his name. Chatting with the fans, call signs loud. Leader of the fleet, yeah, he makes us proud. Pushing content like a jumbo's thrust. In Phat Airlines, we trust. Ping the radar, he's live again. Communities tight like aviation. Friends like skyrocket, engine scream. Phat Airlines, living in a stream.
Yo, what's up everybody? This is Jeremy with Phat Airlines, and it's so nice to be here today. How's everybody doing today? Shout out to Twill for being first, and shout out to all you guys for being here today. We got Riceless here, Seabird Club Airline. We have a few others. We got TJ Noodle, Adam Cack, long time no see. Yo, Airplane Fan is here too. Dinju's here, France Japan, Bash Aviation, Hammy, Made to Move. Sir Buffles, Hockey Fan, Bashir, Educate Learn, Seabird, Jamal France, another Saturday, another Jeremy video. What's up, man? It's so nice to be here, guys. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to play some World of Airports, and we're going to play San Diego, as well as LHR. I know last week, if you guys don't remember, during a stream, we actually set up a giveaway. We set up a giveaway on the Discord. Because what's it called? We have two A380s that we could give away from my San Diego. So we have two winners here. We have one that was won by Mert, who says, I don't think I'll be on stream today, sad. But Mert, shout out to you. And then we got one that was won by Meek Raven of Bronze Realm. So two A380s won there. So that's pretty cool. Congratulations to you guys. We're going to get those planes landed, and actually, yeah, they're not landed yet. So we're going to have to get them assigned, landed, and sent over to you. So I think if I see Mert or if I see Ari and Shell here in the chat, then I'll get those planes landed. But until then, I'm going to hold off just a little bit before landing those planes. Because here's my first tip of the day, guys. Because when it comes to like getting new planes and getting planes assigned, you know, one of the most important things, in my opinion, is about it's about making sure we get the right planes to land, right? So that's important. You know, in an airport like San Diego, when we only have 4, actually, now we have a few more, but like when you're looking at like the E and the F slots stands, the E and F stands at San Diego, you know, you have to be very careful about like when you're landing planes. You know, you don't want the planes to be landing that are not going to have somebody accept the contract right away. So you just got to be really careful with that. That's why sometimes you'll see me playing an airport, but I'm not sending requests. Sending requests typically is like the last thing I do in an airport. And I do that just so my stands aren't occupied. You know, I don't want my stands to be occupied. I want my stands to be active. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and land. What I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna turn on the tower managers. I'm gonna say let's spend an hour here at San Diego. So we'll spend maybe an hour here, and then we just gotta assign these planes. But this is a D stand, so I don't want to assign a C plane at the D stand. But these planes are hearted, which means that typically I heart the planes that are at like 7 contracted handlings or more. But no D planes, so we're gonna go ahead and just assign other D planes. Push back. Alright, let's change our camera view because I want to see these planes over here. We got Hammy's Concorde. Hammy, thanks for the reminder about your Concorde. How's everybody's days going? My day is going well. Actually, my dad came over this morning. I didn't realize he was coming today. I did, and I didn't. It's weird, right? To kind of say both. I did realize, and I didn't realize he was coming over today. So that was nice. He helped me with taking out the grill because it's so beautiful. It's a beautiful day here in New Jersey today. So, perfect day to take out the grill. Although I think it's gonna rain later, so that's not gonna be the greatest. But it's springtime, you know. It's almost summer is just like a few months away, and this year I want to make sure I'm doing some grilling. My son, he loves hanging out outside, so I want to make sure we're able to spend more time outside too. And what better way than grilling? Don't worry, I'll still be playing World of Airports. Yo, what's up, Hidden? What's up, Magis Kais? Roll Off B is here too. What's up, dudes? Is Mike here? Nice. Oh yeah, Mike is here. What's up, Mike? How was your vacation, man? I started seeing your planes coming back, so that was nice. It's like that's one thing I love about World of Airports, man. It's like, even though I knew Mike was gone, Mike was away, I think on vacation or he was traveling at least. So I knew Mike was gone, and I haven't seen his planes for a while. So I was like, oh man. And then last night I was playing some Leipzig, and all of a sudden I see Mike's planes. I'm like, oh, he must be back from vacation. You know, so I love World of Airports because it lets me connect with people without having to like text them or constantly, you know, message them. Like, you could tell somebody's not like away or, you know, not playing. And usually it's because they're away, especially when you got like an active player like Mike, who's just, you know, taking a break. Educate Learns doing some LHR plane spotting. Nice. Look at this plane from Monolithic Frog. So yeah, by the way, I know some of you guys might be wondering why San Diego? Why San Diego? Well, we unlocked San Diego when we first opened this stream only account, and we are just we're kind of close, but yet so far away from unlocking the next airport. We're level 47 and we need level 54 in order to get to Muscat. And you know, we were running into this problem where I wasn't leveling up because I wasn't playing, and then I wasn't playing because I wasn't leveling up. So it's like it's a catch-22. It's like I'm not making progress if I don't play the game, and then when I do play the game, it feels like I'm not making progress either. But that's because of the way these contracts work, right? So if we go through our contract list here, it's all sorted in alphabetical order, but you'll see here, like, we got a variety of contracts here available. We got some contracts that are at 9 out of 10, some at 0 out of 10, some at like 7. So that's why it's so important to play World of Airports, like, at least a little bit every day if you can, because, like, you know, people go away on vacation, people take some time, people don't play all the airports every single day either, right? So there's a lot of things that can happen in between playing sessions, but if you play every day, then that gives you an opportunity at least to get contracts and complete the contracts in like 10 days, right? If everything goes according to plan. Or if you're like me and have like contracts with other people with their Concords, for example, right? Concords are fantastic, but it's hard to get a Concord contract, I gotta tell you, because Concords are expensive, man. Concords are like $1.5 million. But not only that, but they're also very expensive to maintain. But the cool thing with this Concorde is, like, from San Diego to Washington, it's a 1 hour round trip. So like, that's why Hammy reminded me, like, hey, handle my Concorde, because this is very easy. You know, even though I play this account once a week, I can handle this plane two or three times in a stream potentially. So actually, I think we probably do want to spend maybe an hour 20 here instead, but I'll make sure I update the timer when we're done. So yeah, that's one of the cool things about World of Airports, is that, like, it lets me just kind of stay connected with the community. I get to see when people are taking a break or potentially quitting the game, but I'm always happy to see people coming back. Airplane fan had a good day. His first time watching. I know it's been a while since you're here, man. Raptor X says, I've been great today. I've been playing some NGO and BKK. Nice. I know last night I was playing some BKK. I haven't played a lot of Nagoya, man. Nagoya is just on my back list of airports that I want to play, you know. And I wish I played it a little bit more frequently. All right. Arfaya, is that how you say it? Arfaya? Oh, that's how I'm gonna say it. But thank you for the contract request, and thank you for also submitting it in on Twitch. So guys, if you want to get a contract with my stream only account, just be aware that I only play this account on stream. The account name is Phat Empire, and yeah, we only play it on stream. So right now I only stream every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you don't know what time 11 a.m. Eastern is, you can look at the time at Washington IAD, and that matches my time. We're on the same time zone, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, essentially on Twitch, you go ahead and redeem the M plane contract if you want to send me like a C plane, or even I think a 757 I'll still count as an M plane. That might change, who knows, but let me put on streaming mode. So yeah, you have to buy. So in order to get a contract with this account, you do have to buy the contract. It's free, but you do pay with your time. Now, what happens is on Twitch you get points for watching the stream. You have to sign up for a Twitch account, which is free. But on Twitch you get points for watching the stream, for following the stream, for joining and subscribing, and then you also randomly get like little gifted points throughout the stream as well. And you use those points that you get for being here, and with those points you can use that to redeem a contract. So, and there is a little bit of a cooldown. So I know Seabird and Masumisera, you guys are probably waiting for that redemption to come back up. But yeah, that's how it works. We do it that way to make sure that, one, you know, I don't play this account every day, so I don't want unlimited contracts. I don't have unlimited contract capacity. Even on my main account, I don't have unlimited contract capacity, but I am able on my main account to constantly buy more contract capacity because I have lots and lots of silver planes. But on this account, I'm still struggling to get 10,000 silver planes, and that's, you know, that's another goal. Yo, Marsh Pro, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. That's one of the, you know, that should be everybody's goal. Every single week, your goal needs to be to get 10,000 silver planes. And hopefully, I think because we're playing LHR today, I think we're going to get to 10,000. We could probably get it like maybe to like 6,000 or 5,000 from playing here. Because look, this plane is going to be complete. This is like only 1,000 silver planes. So we're definitely going to get to like 5,000 silver planes. But are we going to get to 10? That's the number one goal. Hopefully we do. That I am hopeful. Yeah, I haven't seen David Elio around in chats, but I've seen his planes, so that's good. See, I get concerned for people when I don't see them around and I don't see their planes. When I don't see them around and I still see their planes, I'm like, fine, that's cool. Like, you know, not everybody can chat, not everybody can come into every single stream. You know, sometimes I don't even want to come to every stream, you know? Oh man, what's up, Ada Jane? What's the funnest airport to play? I mean, a lot of people will have different answers to that question. You know, for me though, for what's fun to me is playing with other people. And that's where I have the most amount of fun playing World of Airports. Because one, with other players' contracts, you automatically start off at tier 10 for your rewards. So for me, that's a lot better than, you know, a non-player contract like this guy right here, where you have to work your way up through the tiers. So for me, that's the most fun, right? I like, you know, I like interacting with other people. So, excuse me for a second. I accidentally lowered my volume on my mic. Hopefully I'm not too low now. But yeah, what was I saying? What was I saying? I was saying how I like to play with other players, right? So for me, that's where I have the most fun, playing with other players. So the airports that allow me to play with more people are the ones that I think are the most fun. So like on my main account, the Fat Rican, my main airports are Washington, which is IAD, LHR, you know, London Heathrow, BKK, Bangkok, and right now GRU, because at least those three airports are like three of the biggest airports in the game. Now you also have some other larger airports like Leipzig. Leipzig's really good for contracts as well, because anybody who has a cargo plane at their airport is probably looking for a contract partner to send it to Leipzig, to a cargo airport. So that's really nice to have. It's a great airport. But yeah, for me, it's like those bigger airports that let me do more contracts. If I weren't doing so many contracts, or if I didn't player contracts weren't like my top priority. St. Martin would be up there, my funnest airport, because just such a beautiful airport to like look at, especially if you're playing the airport during like midday and it's not like raining. But like such it is, it's the same way in real life, right? If it's raining there, it's maybe not the greatest, but if it's a beautiful day at St. Martin, man, it's just such a nice vibe to like hang out and chill there. So I mean, it's all about what kind of vibe you want, what kind of what you're trying to achieve. But for me, I would say it's the larger airports for sure. Imagine if Cairo gets added, that'd be pretty cool. See, which plane are we gonna land next? So I'm gonna scroll to the bottom of the list here. Because now the way things are sorted in World of Airports is that your oldest planes, the planes that have been waiting the longest, are now at the bottom of the list. Before 3.0, it used to be the other way around. It used to be where your oldest items were at the top of the list. So now all the oldest items are at the bottom. So what I want to do is I want to make sure we're handling the oldest planes, the ones that haven't been back at their home airport in a long time. So I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. If you buy or unlock a plane with gold planes, do you have to pay the 1K golden for the Concorde, for example? Do you have to pay the 1K golden planes at every airport, or is it unlocked for all your airports? So typically when you're spending your gold planes on unlocking an airplane, that airplane model gets unlocked for all your available airports. So in your instance, when you're talking about the Concorde, if you unlock the Concorde for your account, the Concorde is going to be available for purchase in all compatible airports. So essentially any airport with an E-stand, right? Yeah, E-stand. Any airport with an E-stand would be compatible with the Concorde, right? Now, the same thing, something similar also happens with liveries. So with liveries though, the liveries I think is also kind of confusing, so I'm going to explain liveries. But when you buy a livery, let's say you buy Basic 6 for the Concorde, that does not unlock Basic 6 for other plane models. It only unlocks it for the Concorde. So you can use Basic 6 in all your Concordes that you purchase or receive, but you cannot use it Basic 6 on like an A333, for example. So even though they're called the same, it's not unlocking it for all the plane models. It's unlocking it for one plane model. So that's how that works. The plane is unlocked on your account, so you can use it at any airport. You just have to buy it for Wallers. The livery is unlocked for that plane model specifically. And I think that's it for when it comes to like plane unlocks. For now, at least. I think eventually World of Airports, they mentioned like in the past how like there might be additional options for us where we could like maybe add like different winglets and stuff like that. Don't know how that's going to work, but that might be another unlock, What do you think of Delhi as a new airport? I don't think World of Airports has unlocked any, or has talked about what the next airport's going to be. If you're just talking about speculating, honestly, for me, it doesn't make a big difference to me what the next airport's going to be. Well, now, would you consider GRU a large airport? I don't know. That's my question for you guys. Is GRU a large airport? Because I think World of Airports is due for a small airport soon. I think MSY. We got New Orleans MSY, right? And MSY is like a medium-sized airport, I would say. And then you have GRU, which I would say is like a little bit on the larger side, but it's not like LHR large, But it still has a lot of capacity and a lot of planes. But I think what was before MSY? MSY was what, BKK, which is like a larger airport too. So I think we're overdue for a smaller airport soon. I think we might see a small airport. How can you get in touch with Mike? Well, first off, you shouldn't try to spam somebody. That's not okay. And Mike might still be on vacation, man. He probably is. I did mention he's playing World of Airports, and we're seeing his planes, but that doesn't mean he can chat. Please respect people's boundaries. What is the best use of gold airplanes? So, I mean, there's a lot of different opinions on there, and I'll tell you what I think are like the top 3 uses. I think the number 1 top use for a gold plane is for unlocking the premium pass. You know, the premium pass is the level up rewards, but it's the entire bottom section of the level up rewards. And I recommend it because you get so many free airplanes in every airport. You get free airplanes, you get additional handling crew. So at some airports like Innsbruck and St. Martin, and even maybe Bari, like once you get the premium pass at those airports, you can handle more airplanes at once by getting just 4 more. That's another small plane, you know, or B-size plane that you can handle just from these additional 4 crew. The currency is nice in the early levels too, like very, very nice in the early levels, because you can use that to unlock more stands. Contract capacity is nice too, because contract capacity, I mean, you need contracts to level up. That's really what it is. And more handling crew, but ultimately it's all these planes that you get for free. And then you also get a lot of planes that you can use at any airport. So like you're spending your gold planes, but you get a few airplanes that you could use at any airport, and you can pile them up. You know, I have this BCS-1, the B463. I have a bunch of these planes that are available at all airports. So I could redeem them at any compatible airport and use them right away. Really great for like a brand new airport that you just unlocked or something, because then you have a head start. You know, you don't have to buy the plane for Wallers. You don't have to unlock the plane for gold planes. So you just have the plane already available, which is like fantastic. And it's such a nice little head start for your new airport. So that's what I recommend first, is the premium pass. Typically after the premium pass, you know, I would probably look at unlocking some airplanes. You know, when it comes to airplanes, you want to have like a variety of sizes, right? But you also, we can go on for an hour about what airplane is the best to unlock. But I would say you probably want to unlock a size C plane first. Those medium planes are really gonna like be able to take you around the world. You know, lots of player contracts, most airports. Even the small planes, you know, the B-size planes are really nice to have too. I would say like the E175, the CRJ-9, even the CRJ-X could be good, but I haven't really noticed the difference between the CRJ-9 and the CRJ-X yet. So I'm not an expert there. But what else? I would go for a C plane, then a B plane, then like a E or D plane, and then an F plane. But all of that kind of changes too, because we have a bunch of different planes that are like full price, and then we have a bunch of planes that are not full price. Or, you know, not, their pricing hasn't been updated, I should say. You still pay full price for them. It's just that their price hasn't been updated to like the new updated pricing, which is a little bit more expensive. So I would go for one of the planes that are not increased in price yet. That's just what I recommend, and that should help you with getting more contracts, getting more Wallers, because having your own fleet plane is really just, there's so much benefit to it. What happens after that? So gold planes, you want to use them on the premium pass, you want to use them on unlocking planes. After that, I mean, it's really open for debate after you unlock the planes you want. You know, some people will say you should get a livery. Some people will say you should save them for the next airport premium pass. But I would definitely use them for the premium pass. That's like number one. I almost always instantly buy the premium pass on every airport. Let's actually turn off battery saver mode. Would you sell a plane from the past to buy a better plane? For example, you unlock a B734 from the past and have an A21NX unlocked, and selling the B734 will allow you to buy the A21NX. I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me, so I'm not against it. For me, though, it depends on like how much of a hurry am I in, right? So am I in a hurry to get the A20? Like, why do you want the A21NX so fast, right? That's my question for you. And your potential answers could be like, you want to do a contract with another player. You want to, you just want the increased revenue from that plane versus the 734. For me, though, I typically don't sell my planes from the past. I just kind of keep them going, because if you think about it, that plane didn't cost you anything. So it's essentially profitable from day one, right? That plane that you're, that plane that you got for free from the premium pass is profitable on day one. It might not be profitable after maintenance, right? But that's a conversation for later. But you don't have to worry about it not making its money back, because you pay nothing for it. So typically, I just hold on to them and I just start using them at the planes as it is. But if you had like a player that you really wanted to do a contract with, or that will help boost your account, because the 734 can't get to this destination, but your A21NX can. Now that makes a lot of sense to kind of just get that head start, because you need to get those 10 contract handlings. But I know I'm just not a big fan of selling the planes from the premium pass. I usually just use them. What's up, Voitando? Nice, you sent an E175 from Nagoya to BKK. Let's go. I'll make sure I'm in BKK right after the stream is over. Thank you for that contract, man. It's a very loud sneeze. You heard it in low volume. That's funny. That was, wow. I'm like 10 minutes behind. Holy. Have you seen the IRL new terminal at San Diego? Nice. No, I have not. Is that terminal complete? I know World of Airports did say that, if airports in real life get an update, they are going to explore making the update in the game as well. Is buying gold planes with silver planes the smartest move to do? It is like the first, it's the only move to do. It's the first move everybody needs to do. But you don't buy the 1. You have to buy the 10. I know I could buy this 1. But the problem is that the 1 has a 24-hour cooldown, and it costs you 50% more than the 10. If you were to buy this 1 10 times, you're paying 15,000 silver planes. So that's why you need to always just save up for the 10. And that's why I'm hoping by the end of today's stream that we're going to reach 10,000 silver planes. That would just be fantastic. I did reach a level. Oh, but not the level for silver planes. I always get so excited when I hit the level for silver planes, because that gives me it gives me like 10 gold planes almost instantly, But not today, not right now. Okay, I'm sorry about I'm bad with contracts right now. So we got France, Japan. We got France, Japan. We got Seabird. And we got IDK. Yo, what's up, Blob King? Raptor said, would be nice if they did a bundle to unlock the same livery for all plane models. Bro, that's another cool idea. I like that idea, man. I like that idea. I agree with that. Let me keep reading what you said, though. Maybe they will do that when all the planes have been updated with the current liveries. That'll be a while, right? But I think another problem they might have with doing that is that how does that package price like increase when new planes get added to the game, right? Like that's another thing you have to think about. Does that package price get increased? And then what happens if you bought the package today, but a new plane gets released tomorrow? Do you get that livery on the new plane? That's the only like confusing part that would happen with like a livery package. But I do think that's a cool idea. I know another package, like we're talking about packages, right? So you have the Airbus and the Boeing packs, which you can claim now every 30 days. They do cost $20 US dollars to buy in the US App Store. And essentially you can claim one of these planes in any airport that you want. So if you have the A380, you can claim it at any airport that supports an A380, but you only have one that you can claim. A35K, you can claim two of them. So yeah, that's pretty cool package. I would love to see a special livery package, or not special livery, a special plane package, right? Give me a $20 package that gives me one Concorde, one Beluga, and one A225 and A124, and I would be so happy. I would buy that like immediately, not even a second thought. Because then that would allow us to have an A225 in an airport outside of Leipzig. Because right now the only way you can get an A225 is through the premium pass at Leipzig. So if they were to introduce a special plane package, that would allow us to like use this planes elsewhere, which would be really, really cool. I would think completely worth it. Definitely at $20 worth it. But anymore, I don't know. GRU is decently big. Gotcha. Thank you, guys. You'd say MSY is a small airport. That means you also say San Diego is a small airport. What's up, Philippine? Semantic. Zyrox is here too. What's up, dude? Riceless. What's up? What's good, bro? I'm trying to catch up to chat. Oh, true that, Hammy. Tammy said, now with planes not appearing on the radar as soon as it's been handled, handling the Concorde twice on the stream could be more tricky, especially between IAD and SAN. Yeah, well, good thing is your Concorde's about to take off now. And I'm hoping it hasn't taken... Oh, no. Oh, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to main menu. So they do appear after takeoff, but the problem is what I've noticed at least is that if I were to hit takeoff again on that plane, right when it was on the runway, it would have restarted its process of taking off. And because I'm just so slow at telling these planes to depart, I am better off. I am better off just going back to main menu, because all these planes already departed, even though technically I didn't tell the planes to take off yet. So I noticed, thank you, Hammy was like, I read Hammy's message right at the perfect time. Thank you, Hammy. Hammy's on top of it. But yeah, so the planes do take off once it takes off from the runway. Before, they used to take off from your airport once you pushed it back. So that's what Hammy's saying, is that it's going to be a little bit harder to kind of get multiple contracts done in a single stream, because I'm not really paying attention to departures. So maybe that's something I need to make sure I turn on going forward, like, or just go back to main menu, so that way I don't accidentally have a plane taking off that's already on its way. But maybe I do have to just activate the tower manager, you know, spend another 135 silver planes so I can activate, actually, because for the first 10 minutes of playing, I don't need to activate the departure manager. I can do it manually. It's when the queue starts adding up, like when there's like 5, 6 or more planes in there, that's when I really need to like have the help from the departure manager. When it's only a few planes, like in the beginning, you know, you just loaded up the airport, like right now, I can definitely handle that. But once it starts, more and more planes start pushing back, yeah, we need to get something else in there. Yo, what's up, Rick Rashid? And 124, is that a cargo plane? Yes, it is. Yo, what's up, Nayo Amaroto from Belgium? Thank you for being here, man. What emulator using to play this game on PC? I'm not playing the game on PC, man. I play it on an iPad Pro. Actually, here, I'm gonna post a link here. It's an affiliate link. I'm gonna post the link here to my store so you can see my setup. Storefront. Spent a lot of time putting my setup in here. So here's my setup. Yeah, it worked. So I have an iPad Pro, and my iPad Pro is connected to a Magic Keyboard, which you know, it's like a stand that lets me just play it without having to like hold it in my hands. And then my iPad Pro is connected to a capture card. So the capture card is what allows me to kind of stream it from my computer, and also have my webcam on there, and have a good microphone. So I have actually a more complex setup than some like PC gamers, you know, and streamers have. And that's mainly just because of when I first started streaming, I wanted to have a stream that had my face on it, because me personally, like when I'm watching streamers, I enjoy watching people who I can see more than people I can't see. That's just my preference, right? So I was like, if I'm going to be streaming, I want to be a person that I would watch myself, right? Because if I'm not going to watch me, then how are you going to watch me? That's just the way I think. So that was one of the reasons why I had to have this kind of setup with my iPad. And I think it works out really nicely. You get to see me, you get to see chat, you get to see, we got like little events happening. All of that would not be possible if I was streaming directly from the iPad. But yeah. What's up, QJ? You're level 11 at Prague? That's pretty awesome for someone who just started. I think I'm at like level 11 here at Prague. We're not playing Prague today. We did just start up a brand new Prague airport on this account. That should be, there's a stream on YouTube. It was right before 3.0, so the strategy is a little bit different now in 3.0. Since now with 3.0, you do have to like, you have to buy all the stands, all the stand sizes that are lower than the current one. So if I'm gonna buy this stand D, it's gonna charge me for A, B, C, and D. If I buy, you know, one at a time, then you still have to buy each one at a time. So it's a little bit different now because of that. But I would say my biggest tip I would to you guys and a brand new airport is if you're playing with other players, you probably want to unlock a lot more stands, even if they're just A size, which a lot of airports don't get a lot of A planes. But even if they're just A-size stands, what buying the A-size stand is going to get you one extra contract capacity and one extra handling crew. So at an airport like Prague, having additional handling crew is going to be great, so that way you can handle the larger planes, the D, E, F planes, because you're going to need a lot of crew to handle them. But you also need equipment. So it's all a balance game in the beginning, but like once you start like getting up in the levels at that airport, the balance doesn't seem as important anymore. It gets easier and easier. Every single airport always starts off a little bit hard, and then it gets much easier after that. So yeah, as far as my setup goes, right? So we have an iPad Pro, we have the Magic Keyboard, I have my power bank attached to it too, just in case, you know, so that way my battery doesn't die. I have my AirPod Pros, or sorry, these are AirPod Max. I do have AirPod Pros, but I use the AirPod Pros for when I travel. I also have a Swiftpoint mouse as well, which I use every once in a while, so that way I can show you guys, especially when I'm making videos. I like to show my pointer, so I use a Swiftpoint mouse to do that. And then I have a separate Wi-Fi network for my stream. That way I have a best quality when I'm uploading the stream. I have a microphone, I have a webcam, and I have a capture card. So yeah, if you go on the link that I shared above, that link is going to show you all my equipment that I use, exactly what I use. The only thing that's not exact is the Swiftpoint Creator mouse, because Amazon doesn't have the Swiftpoint Z2. But I am a Swiftpoint Brand Ambassador, so if you guys are interested in getting like a nice gaming mouse, the Swiftpoint mouse is really, really nice. Has a lot of different buttons for it. I have it right here. Has a lot of different buttons, so you can, and some buttons could be push and pull. So you push the button or you pull the button, and you can have two different actions for it. Really, really nice. I love it for when I'm playing like Destiny, Pal World. I'm playing, what other games I'm playing? I don't play Rocket League with a mouse and keyboard, but like being able to program each of those things so that way I can do things like naturally with just one hand is really nice. But that's enough of that. I also have a travel list, which I'm going to share eventually. I have a travel list, shopping list on Amazon as well. All affiliate links, and anytime, you know, with affiliate links, if you guys were to buy something from using a link of mine, I would get a small commission from it, and you guys won't get charged anything extra either, so it's free to you guys. Fleeting Negligence is here. What's up, bro? I got no more D planes to land. That is interesting. Made to Moves lurking. Is only San Diego airport open? So right now, I don't know what you exactly mean, but when you're doing a contract request, which actually, let me check my contract request. Yeah, if you're doing like a contract request on Twitch, then it's only for the airport that we're currently playing. So right now, if you do a contract redemption, it's going to be at the airport we're currently at. So it's going to be San Diego. After we're done with San Diego, which is pretty much when we're the way I like to like finish my game at San Diego is when I'm done handling all the seaplanes. Once we're like, I'm always going to have E and F planes to handle because there's not a lot of stands, right? These are the only E and F passenger stands here. So I'm always going to have E and F planes to handle here at San Diego. But what I like to do is once I'm done with all the seaplanes, then I'm going to go ahead and change airports. And seaplanes are not even high priority. You know, I have F and E landing first, followed by D, and then G. I don't even know. Oh yeah, I guess this airport does have G. Right over here. No, this airport can't even take G planes. But yeah. Anyways, I do have, you know, F planes being the priority, so that's going to be helpful to make sure that they're coming first, you know. So right, what do we got here? Is this the F plane, E plane, right? Yep. I gotta say, shout out to the devs for adding this feature. I know a lot of people I haven't seen so much more, like I haven't seen a lot of people upset recently, but I know when 3.0 first came out, a lot of people were upset about how the tower managers increased in price. But man, I gotta tell you, it's been so nice to have these tower managers. And like, here's another tip for you guys, because with the tower managers, what I've been figuring out is, you know, kind of making sure, like, you have to manage your managers, you know. And I know it sounds weird, but I always have the preferred favorite airplanes turned on, right? That one I always have turned on because I can't really think of a scenario where I wouldn't want a hearted plane to not land, right? So I always have that turned on, but every once in a while I do turn this off. Now, one thing that you have to be aware of, and this is a pro tip, especially when you're like working with the delivery manager, I would tell you, before you activate the manager, especially with the delivery manager, you can set up the preference ahead of time. So if you're setting up the preference now before it's active, that's gonna do you a lot more help than if you were to set it up while the manager is active. So now, since I set it up, I can activate it, and the delivery manager is going to automatically select and assign stands based on my stand preference. Now, if I were to wait before and I hear activate and then I turn this on, it would have automatically done the A planes first because A was on top. So that wouldn't have been great. But back to the approach manager, you know, one other thing I like to do is I turn off the arrival sequence, or I'll sometimes even just move the seaplanes all the way to the top. So you can really, like, this isn't permanent, you know? Just because you set it up for F and E to be first doesn't mean you can't come back in here if you temporarily, like at St. Martin, for example, if you don't have handling crew anymore at St. Martin, or if here, even at San Diego, if I don't have any more handling crew, there is no point in a D plane to land before a C or B plane, right? Because D planes require a lot more crew than C and B planes. So I would go back into my approach manager here. I would adjust this, bring the B plane all the way to the top, so that way we could start to see some B planes landing, which I think we'll see soon. We're starting to build up a queue here with the departure manager too. So I'm going to go ahead and activate the departure manager for 30 minutes. Not ideal because I don't want to spend too many silver planes when I'm trying to get to 10,000. But another thing that happens is the tower manager is just so much faster than what I can do. Even if I was paying attention, the tower manager is always going to be faster than us. You know, it's automatic. They're always paying attention. It's AI, right? Always paying attention. Never sleeping on the job. Sometimes it may seem like they're sleeping on the job, but there's a reason to their madness. What's up, Josh Videos? I'm doing good, man. I'm excited because it's like such a beautiful day. It's been a beautiful week this week here in New Jersey. I know it's supposed to rain today, so that's a little sad, but I planted some vegetables in my raised garden beds. So we have some peppers, some green bell peppers. We have some poblano peppers. We have some jalapeno peppers. I love peppers, guys. I was thinking about getting spicier peppers too, but I'm the only person who likes spicy, like who can stand a jalapeno pepper, which isn't really like, it's not even the spiciest on the spicy scale, right? I'm the only one in my family or in my house that can really be okay with spicy. So if I were to buy an even spicier pepper, we would have just way too many, because like I could only eat so much, you know. So yeah, what other stuff? We bought cucumbers, so I planted cucumbers. We had potatoes that were like, they just kind of grew on their own, so that's pretty cool. I could tell by their leaves. I have cilantro. We have strawberries and raspberries. So this year I'm super excited. I'll probably share some pictures on the Phat Airlines Discord. So if you guys, anybody here like to garden or plant, for me, I like to plant the vegetables and herbs, like things that I can eat. I don't really plant like flowers. I'll let the landscapers, like I say, hey, look, I have my raised garden beds, which I plant vegetables and herbs in, and we need pollinators. So I tell them, like, do the flowers everywhere else. But anybody here like to do planting, gardening? 748 does need an update, yeah. I know all the planes are going to eventually get an update, so I'm not in a hurry. Plus, I mean, now is the time to buy it, right? If you don't have it unlocked already, you might want to consider unlocking it, because let's go to fleet, right? We're going to go to fleet, configure and buy. I don't think I have it unlocked, so let's go to F plane, right? Oh, I have the 748 unlocked, but I don't have the 748F unlocked. So like, most likely when this plane gets updated to a new model, most of the times all the other planes have doubled in price in gold planes. So like in the future, this plane might cost 60 gold planes after they update the graphics. So I'm always like reminding people, if there's a plane that is way cheaper than the other planes that are like you want to unlock, you should probably unlock it now, because you will get grandfathered in. So when World of Airports made the updates like the A320, everybody who unlocked the A320 already got the graphical update on the A320. They didn't have to spend more money to unlock the A320 because it was already unlocked. So everything gets grandfathered in. It just makes all the sense to just unlock it now if it's a plane you've been eyeing. Okay, so that's enough of these B planes landing. We want FE planes to land again. The good thing is that yeah, this is a favorite plane. There's another favorite plane that should be following it, so that'll be good. Oh, here's an E plane. That's nice. Yo, what's good, Kamikaze? Yo, Rick Rashid has an A225 contract at Nagoya. That's what's up. Bro, I gotta say though, these stand changes have made it really hard for me to handle A225s. At Leipzig, the A225 is no problem to handle. But at Washington, man, I don't have Washington unlocked on this airport, so I can't show you. But man, Washington, if you guys know what I'm talking about, it stands, I think, X6, X7, and X8. Those stands are the one, like, X7 is the only one that's in, but it's in the middle of the stands, of those three stands, and that's the only one that can handle a G plane. And it can't handle a G plane if any of the other two stands next to it are occupied. So, dude, it's just so rough sometimes, because sometimes I turn on the delivery manager, and because like one of those stands are already occupied, the delivery manager will just assign more F or E planes onto those stands, and then essentially all these A225s that I have waiting to land can never land because they're always like blocked by another plane. So that's like, now I'm really wishing or hoping or praying that World Airports releases an update that lets us disable stand sizes on different cargo stands or passenger stands. Because like here, for example, I would disable C, because we got plenty of C cargo stands over here, right? Over here, C over here, C over here, C, right? But I don't need seaplanes to land in C1 or C2. Like, that doesn't need to happen. I would disable those. At Washington, I would disable the stands that are next to the cargo, the G cargo plane. So yeah, sorry to all my A225 contract partners. It is just it's hard when I'm not paying attention. Especially if I'm paying attention, it's no problem. I can definitely handle your planes, no problem at all. But if I'm not paying attention, I just turn on all 4 tower managers and then just like kind of click around, then it becomes a problem. Well, it's your only G plane contract. Well, I guess maybe, okay. I was gonna say, it is the only G plane in the game, the A225. But it also makes sense that it could be your only G contract, because that means nobody else has sent you a G plane. Rick Rashid loves spicy food. Fat the Farmer. Yeah, Fat Farm, man. What is a Fat's stream account in game name? So we my stream account is Phat Empire. My main account is the Phat Rican, and my free-to-play account is Phat Airlines. So for my main account, I play that account every single day. I play IAD, LHR, and BKK. Those are like my 3 main airports I try to play daily. Sometimes I don't play daily, but for the most part, I'm playing daily. This account here, if you do want to send me a contract request, which I feel like we have a few pending here, you do have to go on Twitch and redeem the M plane contract or the L plane contract. Autofan, what is your username? Tomas, what's up, Tomas? Tomas says, hey, Fat, should I sell my 737 fleet and buy all A21 NX? I've just unlocked it. I haven't really sold too many planes, so I don't really know like the right answer to that. Sorry. But here's one thing that I'm playing around with, right? Whoa, look at that plane. That's huge. Anyways, here's an idea that I'm playing around with, because I have these email contracts. So I'm sorry, I don't really have an answer for you, but I will in a couple of weeks, hopefully, right? Which doesn't help you today. But here's what I'm doing, right? So we have our email contracts that go out from phatirlines.com. If you guys don't know, on phatirlines.com, we have a newsletter you can sign up for. And like every 2 or 3 weeks, I send out an email contract that will go out to everybody. And as long as you reply back with your username and a compatible airport, we list in the email all the compatible airports we're going to send it to. But so as long as you reply back with your username and the airport, we send you over that plane contract. So I know every once in a while people will cancel the contract after it's over, either because I'm too slow or they moved on to a different airport or whatever reason they may have. So one of the things I'm thinking about doing now is selling those planes after somebody cancels the contract, and then keeping track of each of those planes contract total. Keeping track of that plane's contract total and their maintenance level. So it might not be an exact science, but I can kind of get an idea of where it's at based on this airplane condition bar, and also with the maintenance points down here. So I think I'm gonna start keeping track of how well each of these planes do on their contracts, so that way I can give answers better about like when's the best time to sell a plane. Because I don't usually sell any planes. I just keep using, like in your case, Tomas, I would keep using the 737s, and because you have the 737s, they're also going to help you make money. Sure, they're not going to make you as much money as an A21NX on a long distance route, but they're still making more money than a 737 you would have handled from another player or from another airline. So I would just keep that's what my preference is to keep using it, and then use the proceeds to buy the A21NX from there. Yeah, we are going to go to Prague next. Did I have? Okay, good. I'm like double checking my. Oh no, I'm not going to Prague next. I'm going to LHR today. I'm like looking at my stream title. It says San Diego LHR. I'm like, where did I get Prague from? Yeah, your 77 LF is at 9 out of 10 handling. You got that right, Hammy. That's the next one that's getting that's cleared for landing. It should have been before this one, but this one was hearted too, so I'm not too upset. Yours should be the next one to land. It is hearted, so we will see. How are we looking over here? Look at that. We're at 7,569 silver planes. I think we're going to reach 10,000 today. If not here at San Diego, definitely at LHR. LHR, we have so many planes there. I think definitely over 200 contracts. and all the contracts are all at like different stages. It's kind of awesome because it's like every day I get like silver planes. I mean, it's also nice to get like a whole big chunk of silver planes at once, but it's also nice to have like those little wins in between. $738 gives around 2,000, and the A21NX gives around 4,000. It wouldn't hurt to replace them, says Cats. Yeah, I mean, that's a good perspective too. But yeah, see, I just don't have experience with selling planes, so it's like hard for me to like recommend because I never done it, and I know what spreadsheets show. And I know, like, you know, 2K is great, or 4K is greater than 2K, right? So it's like, all right, that just makes sense. But like in the grand scheme of things, is it gonna actually be worth it? Perhaps, probably, probably. All right, guys. So if you want to contract with me, I need to know who AutoFan22. I forget what your username is, but you do have to redeem this contract on Twitch. You got to go on Twitch and redeem it. Actually, what I might do, so you know how we're running into a problem where, you know, I can't tell right now if any of these planes here are a repeat request, right? They got rid of the heart on the screen here. So in the past, what we would do is we would click on this plane, right? This contract has been finished. We would heart it so that way when the contract request comes back in, it would also be hearted. But we can't see if this contract is hearted. There's no heart over here. There's no heart on here, nothing. So there's no way for us to see if this was a hearted plane. So I think what I'm gonna do on Twitch now is I think I should lower the price for contracts. Especially since now if you want to renew the contract, you might have to pay for it. So I might lower the price of a contract on Twitch. What is this beautiful airport? This is San Diego, man. San Diego is a nice little airport. And it's got an Easter egg too, right here. Superfluous name. I got you. Thank you, AutoFan. Sorry for asking multiple times. He probably responded multiple times too. My bad. But thank you. Thank you. All right, how much time do I have left here? 20 minutes. I think it's almost time for me to land A380s then. That's 15 minutes. Okay. I think we're going to land the A380s and send these contract requests. But we're going to be playing a lot of San Diego for the next couple of weeks. I really want to unlock Muscat. I want to unlock Muscat more than I want to unlock Sydney. So yeah. What's up, Monolithic Frog? Nice to see you, bro. We handled a couple of your planes earlier, which helped me get a level and more silver planes. So thank you for that. How you been, man? I'm doing good. Yeah, everything's good here. I got both my parents at the house today. My dad's helping out with some house/yard stuff. And then my mom's here watching the baby. Next week, though, my mom won't be able to come. It might be a quick stream next week. There might not be. I don't know. I'd talk to the wife. It's always nice just having, you know, my mom helping out. I know tomorrow, my wife's mom's coming over. So maybe I'll skip church and just do streaming instead. That would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny. And I know Flamingo wanted me to stream on May the 4th be with you, you know? Where's Hammy's Concord? Actually, let's take a look. Is it back? No way it's back. It's not in the radar. Is it back? Not back yet. So it's the whole takeoff thing really slows things down, especially like if you're at an active airport, having to like tell planes to take off, and then, you know, at an airport like I know LHR, it can be really backed up. So even if you back out of the airport, you know, manually, it still takes a delay for those planes to really leave your airport. So your Concorde will appear in 1 minute. Nice. Maybe we could spend another 30 minutes here, but we're starting to run out of C-class planes. Actually, let's take a look at the radar. So we got returning planes. Oh no, arrivals. Yeah, so we have this one is a brand new arrival. Oh look, New Orleans. How far is that flight? I should have checked. Here's a close one. Oh, okay, like an hour. That's not too bad actually. Got Adam Cack. So maybe it makes sense for me to. There it is. There it is. 4 minutes on that one. Okay, that's really good. We might actually have enough planes to keep us going. We'll see. I did decide to park an A388 here, which I'll send to Aryan Shell. I haven't seen him in chat, but I also haven't seen Mert in chat. When Mert also posted that he wasn't sure if they were, or they weren't sure if they were going to make it. So I will send this one to Aryan Shell, who won the giveaway. Congrats to him. Let's actually go back to Discord. Where did Discord go? There it is. NGO, Meek Raven of Bronze Realm. So we'll wait for that one to get ready. Hidden, I'm glad you rigged it so that way we have two active players who nah, Hidden doesn't rig anything. Hidden makes our Discord bot. I work with Hidden to kind of create this Discord bot so that way we can have something kind of specific to World of Airports. And I also asked him to, you know, make another update, which I haven't even tested yet, which is bad on my part. So sorry about that, Hidden, but eventually, like, we have our plane giveaway system on our Phat Airlines Discord. So you can, VIPs have the option to give away planes, plane contracts to other players, and anybody who enters the giveaway has an equal chance at winning. Everybody. You also have an option to do a VIP only giveaway, so only VIPs can enter that giveaway. But other than that, everybody, well, even in that situation, everybody who enters has an equal chance at winning. So what I need help with, I probably should involve the volunteers in the Phat Airlines Discord server, but I asked him to create a new feature, right? And the new feature is something so we can have, let me see, how am I going to word this? I want to have a way for us to allow people who are not, hold on, let me find this airport. There it is. I wanted to have a way for people who are not VIPs to also be able to do giveaways, right? So let me give you some reasoning though, because the main reason I have VIPs only as people who can do giveaways is because in general VIPs tend to be some of the more active players in the game. And the last thing I want to happen is for inactive players to start giving away contracts and then they quit the game on you and then you never get your contract from them, right? That's just a bad experience for the winners. So I want people to be excited that they won. I don't want people to, oh wait, he wanted this to Nagoya. What am I doing? I want people to be excited that they won, not to be like, oh, am I ever going to see this plane? Like that's not the experience I want people to have when they're doing, when they win a giveaway. I want them to be hyped. So the first way I could gatekeep that essentially was through VIPs. Now, anybody can be a VIP, right? You just have to reach level, 20 on Discord, which you get from leveling up. You can you can buy that Airlines membership on YouTube. You can become a member on subscribe on Twitch, or you can become a subscriber on Discord. There's so many different ways you can, it's a payment though, right? But there's also a free way to do it. But I wanted to expand so that way we can have more free ways for people to win to give away contracts, right? So one of the things I asked Hidden to do that we need testing for is our reputation system, right? So essentially, like I think I asked, and I need to remember how it's going to function. But what's going to happen is once a week, everybody will have like 1 or 2 reputation points that you can give to somebody, right? So let's say, I want to give reputation to Hammy. I can give reputation to Hammy once per week. I have 1 point available, and then I give my weekly point to Hammy. Then once somebody gets a certain amount of points, this is my vision. I'm not sure how it actually works in the system, but once somebody gets a certain amount of points, let's say 5 points, then they're eligible to do 1 giveaway per week. Once they reach 10 points, then they could do 2 giveaways, and it keeps growing from there, So that way, people who have a reputation for being a good partner are rewarded by being allowed to do giveaways. So I think that's a cool way to kind of at least make it so people who are doing giveaways are likely to be also playing the game. So we just got to make sure that reputation system works. We got to make sure that people are able to give and receive reputation, and that people who receive a certain amount of reputation are able to do giveaways. So yeah, I probably should ask the volunteers for help. I probably should have asked them for help a lot sooner. And if you're interested in being a volunteer, go to the Phat Airlines Discord. It's free, right? And you can go into the bot channel and type in / the / the same button that's on your question mark key, / volunteer, and you'll be added into a queue so that way we can add you as a volunteer. Yo, what's up, RMA? I'm sorry to hear you haven't been well. Yeah, this week was an interesting week for me too, because my son got sick. He had a fever. He was sick, and he's good now. But yeah, it was kind of scary at first because he was not feeling well. So I didn't there was 2 or 3 days this week that I didn't really play a lot of World of Airports until maybe the evening time when he was sleeping. So yeah, I hope you're feeling better, man. What's up, Alfie? Says I can't wait for San Diego to get the new terminal get remodeled. That would be pretty cool, right? I heard from somebody else in the chat today that the new terminal is it there IRL in real life now? That's pretty cool. I thought that was coming in 2027 or 28, but I'm not an expert on San Diego. And you become a VIP by subbing on Twitch? Yeah, Philippine. Looks like you're already a subscriber here on Twitch. So what you do have to do though on Discord On Discord, you have to link your Discord account with your Twitch account. Or if you're a member on YouTube, you have to link your Discord account with your YouTube account. That's because that's how it's a native connection through Discord. So it's not something that like my server is doing. But what happens is then that communicates with my server that, hey, this guy is subscribed to you, or this guy is a member of Phat Airlines. And then I have a rule set in place that anybody who is a Twitch subscriber, a YouTube member, and they have their accounts linked, because that's the only way we can know. If you don't have your accounts linked, there's no way we would know. And so I have a rule in place that once you have those qualifications, we give you the VIP access. Really cool the way they have that integration. But you have to link it, otherwise it's not going to happen. And then there is also like a nice, like, I forget what the cooldown period is too. So even when your subscription or your membership expires and you don't renew, it does make me sad when you don't renew. But even if it doesn't, even if you don't renew, there is like a little bit of a grace period. Like, I forget if it's 3 days or 7 days. I forget what the exact time limit is. But there is a grace period where you still have access for a little bit. You've been in a hospital. Oh my gosh. And your WoA wasn't working this week until Thursday? Well, wow. Oh wait, that's two different people. RMA has been in the hospital for 5 days. That is. I hope you're okay, man. I know if I was in the hospital, I'd be playing World of Airports. But like, this is me though. I'm at the beach. I'm playing World of Airports. I'm at the pool. I'm playing World of Airports. I'm at home. I'm playing World of Airports. I'm on a plane. I'm playing World of Airports. That was one thing too. For some reason, well, this is kind of funny because in the month of March, I was traveling a lot in March, and some of my flights were like 5 or 6 hours long. So I decided to buy Wi-Fi on United, and back in December, I could not play World of Airports on a United airplane. The Wi-Fi just wouldn't let me get past a certain, like, it wouldn't get me past like the main menu loading. There was like, it would get hung up, I think, on the ads or like the store part, something like that. We would get hung up on. So I actually when I got the feedback form from United Airlines, I was like, yeah, Wi-Fi was bad because I couldn't even play my Wi-Fi game. I complained about it, and I complained about other things I couldn't do on the Wi-Fi, and I forgot that I complained, but I did get like a small, like, I got points back as an apology, and then when I flew in March, like, I forgot that it wasn't gonna work, but World Airports did work, so that was really cool. I love playing a playing game on an airplane. What's up, Made to Move? Hi, Lasering. You don't recommend to play WoA? Okay, that's fair. Will there be a way for people on YouTube to do contracts with your stream account rather than just Twitch? YouTube doesn't really have any kind of any functions like that. I am thinking about like ways that we can do like giveaways, but all the bots that I've tried are kind of clunky, and I need to, how do I word this? I can't have too many things running on my computer at once, because then there's a lot of points of failures. There was actually like I would say almost a few months ago, or maybe a year ago, there was like, I had so many programs running, and anytime I would change a scene, like change my screen in OBS, which is like our streaming platform, or the streaming software. So every time I would try to change like my screen or edit something on OBS, my stream would crash. and that's because I had so many things running. So I try not to have too many things now, because it just adds so many points of failures that it became such a hassle to troubleshoot. Like, is it this program causing the crash? Is it another program? What's causing this? And like, when you only have like 3 things running, it's like nothing conflicts with each other. Everything's nice and smooth. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I am trying to figure out a way that we can do like giveaways on YouTube and a giveaway on Twitch, but YouTube doesn't natively have a function for us to like get points or get rewards while watching the stream. I know a lot of other streamers want to see something like that from YouTube, and maybe I could talk to my YouTube rep and kind of just like briefly recommend it or suggest it. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask, right? They take away my partner status. Nah, they did. I don't think they would do that. All right, which plane are we gonna land next? All right, we're gonna extend this timer a little bit. I'll do 10 minutes. Let's see. Let's look at the radar here. So at the radar, we're gonna look at arriving planes. Well, we got 4 minutes on Seabirds Club, 4 minutes on France Japan, 7 minutes on Hammy, and 20 minutes on Adam Cac. So what we'll do is actually extend this to 20 minutes, because 7 minutes for Hammy's Concorde to land, and then another 11 minutes for it to handle, which is 20 minutes. All right, I think we can approve this one to park. Oh yeah, we can approve another one to park too. We'll do Eric, because this one we will be pushing back, and then that will allow me to put Hammy's Concorde right there. Yo, what's up, When Roar, and what's up, Xyrox? What's up, Harold? DJ switching to T-Mobile. Nice. You're gonna have Wi-Fi on flights now. Well, I know a lot of the airlines are eventually gonna switch over to like free Wi-Fi. You know, United is switching to free Wi-Fi, but they have to switch over their planes to go on Starlink instead of what the system that they're on now. And I've used Starlink. I have a Starlink Roam, so Starlink is pretty fast, man. It's pretty impressive, at least over where I live. Pretty good, man. It was such a great backup, because there was this it was like a week. Actually, it was more like 4 days. It felt like a week. It felt like an eternity. But there was a few days, a week, where the entire internet service was down for like the entire county. It was crazy, because my internet was down, and you know, my cell phone was also down, because I guess it worked on the same internet, so my cell phone's data wasn't working. I could still make phone calls and text messages, but I couldn't like really like playing World of Airports. It was giving me like an error every few minutes, or you know, unstable network connection. I was getting that little circle. I went to a few coffee shops nearby, because coffee shops, right, they always have Wi-Fi, and their internet was down too, because they all use the same internet provider apparently. So now I was like, you know what, I need internet. I work from home. You know, I have my stream. I have World of Airports. I have you guys who are sending me contracts, and you know, some of you guys subscribe and are members and things like that. So like, we need to, you know, make sure we're handling planes. And you know, also I could work from home. My wife also works from home, so like there's a lot relying on our internet. So I was like, you know what? And I've been thinking for a while. I was like, since we both work from home, I have my stream, I have my business. There's a lot of things that we do from home. We need to have a backup internet plan. And I never like pulled the trigger on getting a backup internet plan until we lost internet for a week. And I was like, all right, you know what? We're getting Starlink. And man, Starlink was fast. It was nice. It was really good. If you need a referral link, let me know, because I got a referral link for you. But It was really, really quick, fast, and I mean the Wi-Fi wasn't even bad. I did end up using my own router. That's just because of my preference, but man, it was a good experience. You want me to show the 2D view? Yeah, here we go. So over here we got the planes waiting for departure. Over here you have the cargo area. Actually, over this entire section right here is cargo. Over here is passengers. So what I like to do in San Diego is this section right over here, all the way up to this stand, which is what stand number is this? This is passenger stand 6. So passenger stand 1 all the way to 6. I like to make those small planes only. So A and B stands. Actually, there's a D stand right here. Wow. So this one I might make into a D stand, because D stands are really, you know, I mean, those are 757s, 767s, and A306s. So, you know, some medium, some large planes. So having that available has been nice. But the reason why I like to have these stands over here be B planes is because the B planes, when they exit the runway, they can exit right here, and they will only exit right here if their stand is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. If their stand is 7 or any of these other ones, they're if they're any of these other ones, you know, up to 24, from 7 to 24, they're gonna exit over here. And if it, same thing over here, right? If there's 26, so like what, 36, it's gonna exit over here. So I like to keep those, because if you made these stands, like this stand, into a C stand, and you have a seaplane parking here, the seaplane will still need to take off or exit the runway right over here. So it makes sense just to get the B planes off the runway quicker, to have these planes only be B planes, or these stands B planes, whatever. So yeah, that is my advice there. Then you have the large planes right over here. You have Twitch, but you prefer watching on YouTube. Yeah, I'm like the same way, because I have YouTube Premium, but I don't have Twitch Turbo. So like YouTube Premium is a cool way for you to watch on YouTube any video without ads, right? And then you have Twitch Turbo. Twitch Turbo lets you watch any streamer on Twitch without ads. But here's the difference, right? So on YouTube, if you become a member of me on YouTube, you might still get ads, especially if you don't have YouTube Premium. But on Twitch, if you subscribe to me on Twitch, then you don't get ads. So that's pretty cool trade-off, I think, which is a nice little benefit of Twitch, because I also get, you know, when you subscribe, or yeah, when you subscribe on Twitch or become a member on YouTube, I get a portion of that too. So that's really nice. YouTube gets a portion, Twitch gets a portion of their stuff too, but it's really nice. But yeah, there's different benefits on YouTube though. On YouTube, you do get access to videos. If you become a member on YouTube, you do get access to videos like almost like a day or two early, depending upon how I set them up. We set up some videos so that way they're members only for like 1 or 2 days, and then they go out to the general population. So if that's something that you're interested in, then you could become a YouTube member. You know, Twitch, your benefit on Twitch is that you get no ads, so that's really cool. Discord actually, because we don't have a level 2 or level 3 server, you know, with server boosts on Discord, we lost our level 3 status. But on Discord, if you were to become a subscriber on Discord, you get a nice little icon next to your name, which is, you know, specific to your tier that you signed up for. And then I'm going to release another way to kind of support, which is through the website, which is I think it's gonna be pretty cheap. It should be like $1 a month or less. So that way we can send exclusive VIP emails. You know, certain VIPs will get emails as well, even if you subscribe on other platforms. The only problem with that is that if you don't resubscribe, then it gives me a lot more work. And I already have a lot of work. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can do multiple things, give more benefits, but also, you know, be able to keep creating more videos. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't had any videos like this past month. I had short videos earlier in April, and I'm gonna have more short videos later this month, but I haven't had any videos in the month of April. I do have my 3.0 and 3.0.1 and 3.0.2 patch notes video, which is almost ready for release. I watched the first like 7 minutes of it and it was good. I still have to watch like the remaining time. There's like some minor typo in there, but at this point it's like I'm already taking too long to release it. Like I had the 3.0 patch notes video and I still haven't released it. So I had to combine it into 3.0, 0.1 and 3.0.2. So now it's that, and by the time I release it, a 3.0.3 is going to be out, or 3.1 is going to be out. Yeah, what's up, Mario's? Yeah, Concord caught up with the C-130. That is funny. What's up, JB? What do I do for work? I'm a manager. I am a manager. That plane is taking off. What does my arrival queue look like? We have the Concorde here. Runway occupied, so that's good. Those planes are going to land. Okay, yeah. We don't need to take off a plane just yet then. You have some videos you recorded in June that you're releasing now. Try beating that. Yeah. I do have, there actually in my YouTube studio, you know, YouTube studio is the where all of my videos are stored, right? That's the YouTube backend for like video stuff. So in my YouTube studio, there is actually, what do I have there? I have at least 5 videos that I never released because it was just like way too late for me to release them. Yeah, it's kind of event like, and it feels bad because like I will be I pay my video editor to make these videos, right? So then when I don't release it, it's like they still get paid for that video. So it feels bad for that reason. That is the airport manager. Yeah. That's funny. I like that. Now, it's my goal though. I like, how do I put this? I have a few goals, right? So like one of my goals is I don't want to have to like work full time, at least like regular full-time hours, right? Working 9 to 5 every day is kind of whack. The good thing is I'm like a salaried employee, so essentially like and my boss gives me flexibility. So like I don't have to be like necessarily tied to the desk, because that's what it feels like to me. It's like I feel like I'm tied to my desk from 9 to 5. Like, I don't want to have to be like locked down. Like if I want to sleep in until 11 o'clock, I just want to sleep in. You know, I don't want to ask for permission. I just want to do it. You know, that's what I was looking forward to when I was a kid, being an adult. You know, being able to do adult things. But no, I got responsibilities. I got a job. So yeah, that's one of my first goals. I want to be able to like not have to like forced into a 9 to 5 kind of job. Good thing is my boss lets me be more flexible. So like most days I'll still start at 9, but then I take like a little break in between, or sometimes, you know, I'll just do some extra work in the evening so I could sleep in the next day, something like that. And then I have an advertising business. And that one I actually have what, 2 or 3 employees. I'm not doing a lot of the work there. I'm just handling upset customers, which are not many upset customers, thank God. But that's because, you know, I try to do everything the right way. And then I have this. I would love to be able to stream full time. You know, once per week is pretty nice, but like if I was able to do 3 or 4 times per week, and like during different hours, right? Because right now we stream every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, usually from 11 to 2. That's typically like our schedule for Saturdays. But if I was able to add on a few more streams, like, well, we would keep Saturday, of course, but if I was able to add on, let's say like a Monday night and then like early Wednesday morning, you know, get like 3 different like 3 different times of the day, one that's like afternoon my time, one that's like nighttime, and one that's early morning. I think that would hit so many different people, because World of Airports is so amazing that there's people who play this game from all over the world, right? So we're not like locked in to the US, we're not locked into Europe, but with my current streaming schedule, that's pretty much who's here. Everybody in Asia, they're sleeping. It's like midnight. It's like 1 a.m. for them right now. So it's very hard for them to join, even though sometimes they are here, and I love them for it. If I was able to do like an early morning stream, that would just make it even easier for them to join and, you know, help expand the community. Ruben, what's up, Ruben? You're handling my aircraft. Nice. Thank you, sir. I think we just handled your aircraft earlier, because it's definitely not here. We are going to switch airports soon. We're just going to wait for Hammy's plane to leave. So in 4 minutes, then I need an A388. Yeah, I need my A388 to land, so that way I could sign it to Mert, because Mert won that one. Oh, look. Oh, 25 minutes. Even though you accepted it, I probably won't be able to send it off today. That's sad. So, peace out, Fleeting Negligence. Thanks for joining, bro. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, about work. So yeah, that's one of the things. If you guys sign up for my email newsletter, I think like a couple days ago, I sent out an email, just you know, seeing if anybody was interested in sponsoring the channel. We do have metrics, so I'm gonna start emailing different companies to see if they want to sponsor the channel. That way, I could make my goals a reality. You know, like how can I become a full-time streamer? It's by asking, right? I gotta ask for sponsorships. Yes, you know, sometimes people might come to me, but like we have such a cool thing going on here. Anyways, if you're interested in sponsoring, you can reach out to me on my email. Go to phatairlines.com. My email address is on the bottom there, and you can reach out to me there. I could send you my media kit, my sponsorship kit, so that way you could see our metrics, and any information that might be important for a sponsor to know. But yeah, I mean, that's part of my goals for this year. Your Discord isn't working? That's sad, man. I hope I find one too. You know, it's not everything, but it helps out a ton. And all you guys who subscribe and like join and even just being here, I mean, it makes it possible. I was saying it before, and I probably say this every stream, I don't know, but I know I can talk a lot, but man, is it easier to talk when you guys are here. I gotta say, like the first few times that I was streaming, right, we would have like 5-6 people here, and I know like 3 of them were like my family, right? So it's like I really only had like 1 or 2 people here, and man, those times are tough. But all you guys who keep coming back week after week, even on the unannounced streams, still coming in and joining me, like, believe me, I even if you just pop in to say hi once, as long as I see the message, I remember that, you know, or it resonates with me. I try to remember that. I can't say I memorize it, but it resonates with me. And if it happens consistently, then I remember it for sure. 6 days for me to move. Nice. But yeah, that's why I'm not trying to like beg, but how are people supposed to know that I'm looking for a sponsor if I don't mention it, right? It's like one of those like fine lines I have to tread carefully. How will you know that I'm looking for a sponsor if I never mention it? But I'm also like not desperate. I don't know, whatever. I'm off of that. So we're gonna switch airports soon. Like we're just waiting for Hammy's plane mainly to. We're waiting for Hammy's plane to finish, which is the Concorde over here. We're waiting for the A388, not this one, but the other A388, which should be landing right here. Yep. We're waiting for that one to get to its stand so that way I can assign the contract. It looks like this cargo plane is finished, so I could probably assign one more cargo plane here too. Not that we're going to handle the cargo plane, but it'll be good to have the cargo plane already at the stand. That way I have... oh yeah, this one's complete too. Nice. So I think we'll park the 2 cargo planes over here. It'll be good to have them at the stand, so that way we don't have to wait for it to taxi when we come back next week to this airport. We're going to keep playing San Diego, by the way, because I really want to get to Muscat. And I mean, today we got 2 levels today, so that's pretty impressive. And the only way we can level up is by playing the game, right? Like, what's the number one tip I have to level up fast? You need to play. Like, if I never play San Diego, I'm never going to level it up, right? And if I never play, I'm never going to make progress on my contracts. This contract at 7 out of 10, it's never going to get to 8 out of 10 if I don't play again next week, right? And that's just the catch-22 of this game, right? You have to play in order to get more XP. All right, so who's playing are we going to land next? We're going to do let's do Monolithic Frog, because he's here in chat. Even though we're not handling that plane right now, still going to assign it. We're going to push back Hammy's plane. See, I'm glad I didn't block this plane by accident. Okay, that one should be done, so that's going to open up another spot. We're going to do an E plane. I'm not going to let any planes depart because we're just going to exit to main menu. Closed mouths don't get fed. Yeah, thank you, TJ. I like that saying. I prefer going ask and you will receive, right? Knock and it will be open to you. It's the Bible verse. I don't have it memorized. I have my own. I'm not good at memorization. I'm good at summarizing. So I'll take what I meant, like something that's supposed to be memorized, and I'll summarize it so that way it has the general idea. But like so many other people are just good at memorizing it. Oh wow, look at this. I have like no more larger planes to handle. All my larger planes are one handling. So we'll land this one here, so that way I can get the 10 silver planes and the 5 XP. Whereas like all these other ones, I guess they're more silver planes, so that's good. But less XP. We want the XP. We're gonna select the stand. Pat, can I redeem an M plane to you before you switch? Sure thing, man. We are still waiting for like a couple more planes to land. So let's switch to landing mode. This plane's off the runway. It says runway is occupied. Where? Oh. No, it's not occupied. We're gonna clear this one to land. ASB, what's up, ASB? Your sleep schedule stinks. That's bad. Monolithic Frog said that's my renewal. Gotcha. Thank you, sir. There's no easy way now in World of Airports 3.0 to like tell whether or not a plane is a renewal. So I think eventually we're gonna have to switch over to where renewals won't be free unless like World of Airports updates it where we can heart the plane again or something. But we're probably gonna have to change it so renewals aren't free. But as a result, I think I might also make these redemptions a little bit cheaper. So that way, like if they're only for one handling, well, yeah, I probably have to make the regular like S plane contract, M plane, you know, L and X cheaper. The fat S plane, fat M plane, that's easy, right? Because that automatically extends. Or we could just go on the honor system, right? But some of you guys, man, some of you guys are a little sus. You got level 22 at Innsbruck. Nice. Innsbruck is tough, man. It's tough. Yeah, some of you guys are a little sus. Yeah. Let me do a drop. This guy gonna land? Oh. All right, water salute time. Oops. Oh, we need to land that L plane, right? Actually, you know what? We're gonna assign the contract. Where did Mert want his plane? Let's find. Let's double check. So we did this one. Thumbs up. IAD or LHR. My choice. Oh, good. It looks like it's already configured for LHR. So this is a 2.5 hour round trip. And IAD is how long? 1 hour? What? Oh, 1 hour one way? Yeah, it's one way. Okay, that's a 5 hour round trip. Gotcha. That's fine. There we go. Into IAD and A21NX is the golden route for Innsbruck. For real. I mean, yeah, especially now that like the 757 is a D plane and Innsbruck only has one D stand. I'm inclined to agree. Very inclined to agree. Okay, so after this L plane lands, we are going to switch airports, all right? And today we're going to go to LHR. I do really want to go to Prague, so I think next week we'll go to Prague. We might even do Innsbruck, but we gotta wait for Voitano to be here to do Innsbruck. But yeah, I'm thinking about Prague because Prague we're such a low level, and it's like once you start leveling up, then all your contracts start to be at like different points throughout the level up process. So essentially every day you end up getting a few silver planes, which is nice. What's up, Snow Yak? Oh man, I missed. Oh, there it is. I thought I missed it. Oh, Star Wars plane. Nice. How many Star Wars planes do you think we're gonna get tomorrow? Or in a couple hours for May 4th. I hope World of Airports gives us some Star Wars planes tomorrow. That would be pretty cool, right? It is always kind of hard, even for OG players, since you almost never have a stable money in silver planes. Yeah, the silver planes is the hardest part at Innsbruck, especially for new players, right? Because like, how are you can't afford tower managers, even though tower managers make the game a lot easier and better, right? Well, you could probably afford them. Let me reword that, right? You can afford tower managers, but you also are so focused on trying to get to 10,000 silver planes that you feel like you probably shouldn't spend it, especially when on such a small airport. It doesn't necessarily make the most sense to spend your silver planes or spend your silver planes on a tower manager there. It's tough, man. It is tough, I gotta say. I think next time we play San Diego, what we have to do is we need to plan to play San Diego for like the entire stream, perhaps. We need more seaplanes. Maybe that's what I do. I lower the price on the plane size that I want more of. That's what I think we'll do. I want more seaplanes, so we're gonna lower the price on sea. Those planes were assigned. We got 3 planes here that need to be assigned to somebody, which we should do sooner rather than later, because my own, your planes in your own fleet make you more money. So money's not a problem. I got almost $1 million, but even still, one of these days somebody's going to redeem the Phat X plane contract, and I'm going to need to drop 500,000 for an A388. Hear that to land. What we're gonna do here, we'll land the Virgin. All right, everything. All right, I'm done. We're gonna switch now before we get how many more levels until Muscat? Oh, why did I just do that? I think I have like 4 or 5, but now that I'm here, yeah, 54 is for Muscat, so I have 5 more levels. 5 more levels. All right, so next up is LHR, London Heathrow. And here we got a lot of contracts pending, and I think Seabird, is this a renewal? I think we had a contract with you here, but I don't remember, man. I'm excited for new airports for Phat Empire. Me too, man. But like, I think what I'm going to do, I have Sydney unlocked on my Phat Airlines, my free to play account, but I haven't played Sydney yet. I haven't started the new Sydney, and that's like I'm struggling here because I don't know how fast I'm going to unlock Sydney, but I also don't want to do like brand new Sydney airport on Phat Airlines. And then like a month later, oh, here's another brand new Sydney on Phat Empire. Like, it's too close to each other. So like, in a way, LHR is taking a back seat because of that. All right, so we got 1 hour for this time left on my stream. I'm not going to turn on the arrival sequence yet because I want planes that land in the order I assigned them in. So we're going to go to hearted planes first in my queue, and I'm going to go down to the Concords. We want the Concords to land first. Like this Concorde, how fast is this? An hour and a half round trip, so I'm not going to be able to see this again during this stream, at least not from LHR to IAD, but still. Concords get priority. This is Hammy from Muscat, an hour and a half as well. So we're not going to be able to see that again, or at least on the same stream. But it's going to be nice. Here's from St. Martin, an hour 40 round trip. Oh, and this one's almost done. Nice. Then we have a DH-64 from Easy, which is now a D plane. 8388. I don't know why this is favorited, but okay. We're gonna go ahead and assign you a gate. Jupiter Air World. I haven't seen them. I think they left Discord, but I still see them playing, so that's pretty cool. I haven't seen them in chat either, like in on streams. All right, hold on, I'm ignoring chat. Upstairs, Seabird with the redemption, nice. Magis Kai's, nice. You got a group parachute on Twitch, exclamation point drop with an emoji followed by it, and you can join the drop. Do I have any planes pending? You know what we're gonna do? This is what we're gonna do. I think I have some planes here, or at least one plane. Oh my gosh. How many contracts? 310 contracts. All right, I have this 788. All right. So towards the end of this stream, I'm going to assign this plane to land, and we're going to do a drop on Twitch. Sorry for you guys on YouTube. But I'm warning you guys now, so that way if you guys are on YouTube and you want to get this plane contract from my Phat Empire account, we're going to do a drop. And a drop, whoever gets the closest to the middle, whoever gets the highest score on the drop, will get the contract. All right? That's how we're going to do it. But not on this drop. Not on this drop right now. But on we're going to do one later on, so that way everybody has a chance, or everybody on Twitch has a chance to win that plane contract. I know last week we did a Discord giveaway. So this time we're gonna do a Twitch drop, and we'll figure out how to do something for you guys on YouTube. I promise you guys. YouTube. So like in this case, if this was the drop that counted, Xyrox, you would have won. That wasn't the drop that counted. We're gonna do one later, all right? Probably in about like 30 to 40 minutes. But the thing is, with the group parachutes, you have to do it at the same time as the group. Got a 0.25. That's awesome. All right, let's land more of these hearted planes. This can go right here. These planes from Leipzig, like, is Leipzig the closest airport? An hour. Oh, so even an hour is too short or too long for how much time I want to play today. Leipzig, and then we got Prague. Prague should be a little bit further away, right? 44. Oh, this is 44 minutes round trip. Oh, because it's a different type of plane. That's why. Yeah, 45 from Leipzig on this plane. 52 on this one. All right, sorry, I'm like entranced by the game or something. How do you do a Discord giveaway? So it's first off, it's only available for VIPs, which you should be one, because I see you have a nice little plane icon next to your name. So thank you for subscribing, even if it was gifted to you. Thank you for being here. And you have to link your Discord account with your Twitch account. Once you do that, after like a few minutes or so, you should automatically gain access to the VIP channel in Discord. The VIP channel in Discord has a couple of pinned posts about like links and directions for VIPs, and one of them is how to do a giveaway. For giveaway, you go into the bot channel, and in the bot channel, you type in /giveaway. And then like a little pop-up will show up, so that way you can type in all the information that's needed for a proper giveaway. Once you do that, you type in the airport you're sending it from, the plane that you're sending, how many winners are there going to be, because you can do more than one winner if you want, if you have more than one plane. You can also set the duration. How long is that giveaway going to run for? Typically, I usually set mine for a couple of hours. Eventually, I mean, it would be pretty cool if you could set it up for 10 minutes and you'd get like a lot of people. But you could do whatever you want. But I would say do it for a couple, like more than an hour, maybe an hour, so that way you can get some participants in there. I know for the special planes, I like to do it for like a week, so that way everybody has a chance at winning. And it really varies. Sometimes I do it for 12 hours. Like, I know I'm going to sleep now, so I'm going to land these planes, and then in the morning, 12 hours from now, I'm going to have some winners that I could send planes to. But yeah, you type in that information, then the bot, after everybody enters the giveaway, the bot will automatically select the winner. They will alert you, and you'll get if that person who won configured their profile, which means that we have their username and their preferred airports on their profile, then they will actually just send it to them. What's the best plane on LHR or to Muscat route? A350 or the 747, the 835K, right? Or 747. I think I would say the A35K. 747 really isn't like the best in many routes. I mean, it does still make some decent money. Like what on that route, I think it only makes 8,000. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the exact answer, I should say. Alright, we're gonna go to the 2D map real quick. It looks like our queue is starting to build up over there for the departures. So I'm going to go ahead and activate the departure manager. We'll activate it for 30 minutes. Just to kind of keep that moving. We might have to activate the ground manager as well, because we're starting to have, like, actually, we're not going to have too many. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 planes down here that are going to need to cross the runway. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this guy so I can manually tell it to cross. But the departure manager will also, you know, tell the planes to cross the runway. So that's very helpful in an airport like LHR, Muscat, you know, any airport that has more than one runway typically. Especially at IAD, which is Washington, and even BKK. Both of those airports, you can benefit a lot by having the departure manager on, because, you know, if you have the approach manager on, that's great because the planes will automatically land. But depending upon what stands those planes are assigned to, they might have to cross a runway in order to get to their stand. So unless you're paying attention, which is the whole reason why I sign up for the tower manager, so I don't have to pay attention. Unless you're paying attention, then those planes will be stuck waiting to cross the runway forever without your interaction. So Washington and BKK, and even Muscat is not as necessary, but like Washington and BKK, those are 2 airports you probably want to also activate the departure manager, just to make sure the planes cross the runway. So Kat said the 748 is cheaper and it's more money, but 35K more range. Gotcha. All right, see you later, Adam Cack. Hope you're doing all right, man. Muscat will benefit from it too. Yeah, Muscat is more for the departures though. You know, same thing like with LHR, it's for departures. So it's not as urgent in my opinion, because you could always, I mean, I hate to say it, but you could still always just go back to main menu, and then all your departing planes will be gone from your airport, so they don't block any taxiing, right? So that is a thing. Am I getting a phone call on Friday afternoon? Looks like it's a spam call. Okay. So yeah. So with the departures, it's not as urgent because you can always just go back to main menu. Now the difference is that the planes don't depart immediately. If you go back to main menu, there is a little bit of a delay. But if you have that many planes waiting and blocking you at Muscat or LHR, you're probably better off anyways, just taking the delay and like letting the planes take off under delay, you know? That's my opinion. Yo, what's up, Beyond Woo? Says, hi, Fat, my LHR has reached the max level. Is it still necessary to buy the premium pass for LHR? So I mean, it's up to you. Are you still going to play LHR? If you're going to play LHR, I would say, I would definitely explore getting that premium pass. Now, these later levels are not necessarily the greatest, right? Because like you get the CRJX, a CRJ9, but the CRJX, you could use at any airport. So that's pretty cool. You get 2,500 currency here. So you said your max level, so we're going to start from the back, right? But you get 2,500, which is almost enough. It's a quarter of the way to 10,000. So that's pretty cool. You got some liveries for planes, planes that you get in your fleet. So you don't have to keep these planes snow white if you, since you already have them, or you already have this one, unless you sold it. But if you should already have this. So you can add a livery to it, which is nice. You get the handling crew, so you can handle more planes at once, and a Concorde. You get an A380 available here too, which is like, think about that. That's 500,000 wallers, man. And then you instantly get all this currency. So you get what, 15, 30, 45, 60, 70, that's 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. 140. You get over 150,000 wallers for free, like instantly. So I mean, it could be worth it to you, especially if you're going to keep playing the airport. If you're not going to play the airport though anymore, then maybe not. I mean, I think every single premium pass is worth it though. I'm very biased when it comes to it, right? But I do think every single airport's premium pass is worth it. You get the extra handling crew. Now, because you already maxed it out, it's all about if you're going to play that airport going forward. If you are going to play that airport going forward, then yeah, get that premium pass. If you're not going to play it, then you could be better off maybe unlocking like the Sydney premium pass or a later airport premium pass to help you level up quicker, because getting all that extra materials, whether it's a free plane, getting the extra wallers, the silver planes, all of that really helps to get through that airport quicker, especially at the smaller airports like St. Martin. I could not imagine. I tried to do that airport without getting the premium pass, and man, it was tough. I gave in halfway through. I was like, I can't do this. Rick asked, as we max out airports, should we shut them down when they're maxed? I mean, I don't shut down airports when they're maxed in general. Now it depends on like how much fun how much do I enjoy playing that airport, right? So for a while, San Diego, I didn't really enjoy playing San Diego, especially like since I was like playing it so much on this account, and then I was playing it a lot on my Phat Airlines account. So like on my main account, I was just like, I didn't want to play San Diego. So I got max level, and then I stopped playing it completely. World of Airports are going to keep adding more levels too, so it makes sense to keep playing some of the older airports that are maxed out, because you can still make some progress on those contracts, right? And I know what some people do. I do it sometimes too. I don't do it for old airports anymore, but some people will just bank airplanes, so that way when a new update comes out that adds more levels to an airport, when that update comes out with new levels, you can immediately get those levels from your banked airplanes. So that's very nice. That might be a cool strategy for people to do too. I don't do it for old airports anymore. I used to. I do bank airplanes at the newest airport. So like, for example, once I'm max level at GRU, I'm gonna save a bunch of airplanes, so that way I can unlock the next airport hopefully immediately. That's the goal, ideally immediately. But yeah, like I'm max level at Washington, I'm max level at LHR, I'm max level at BKK, I'm max level at Prague, at Leipzig, and I still play all those airports just so I could keep progressing with the contracts. And I mean, getting the silver planes is nice. It's not necessary for me anymore on my main account. I don't need any more silver planes, right? But it's still very nice to have. And you never know who else you're playing with if they need those planes back. So that's another conversation to have. Like, talk to, your contract partners, see if they need it. But yeah, it's like a roundabout answer, but I would say yes, it does make sense to still play some older the maxed out airports. How do you send me a contract? So you could just send me a contract to my main account, the Phat Rican. I would suggest you send it to the airports that I mainly play, which are LHR, IAD, and BKK. Even GRU, since I'm playing that almost daily right now as well. You could send me there. But if you want to send it to my stream account, then you have to be on Twitch, and you have to redeem the contract using Phat coins. And on Twitch, there's like a little button underneath the chat that you can press that lets you redeem certain things. Like, you can highlight your message, you can do sound effects and stuff like that. All of that is free. You just got to watch the stream and be here. But you do have to essentially pay for it. It doesn't just cost you real money, we have it that way, so that way the people who are here on stream, they get the points, and the people who are here on stream are also handling plane. They're usually playing World at Airports at the same time as us. So it just makes sure that we get these planes coming back, because the worst thing, in my opinion, especially for me, as on this account where I only play on stream and I stream only once a week right now, the worst part is when I come to an airport and I don't have any planes. Like, for example, I mean, look at these planes. I haven't been in LHR for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and we got some planes here that are still at Prague, right? So that's pretty bad. I don't mind it right now because I have 308 contracts. There's no way I'm going to land all these planes today. But let's say I wanted to spend 4 hours today at LHR, that they missed their opportunity. I know Mike was on vacation, so I'm not too worried about that. But, an RMA was sick, so there's no worries there. But, all of those things kind of makes it a lot harder if people aren't sending contracts. And that's why we want people who are here on stream to be the ones sending the contracts. But yeah, on my main account, I don't care how often, currently, I don't care how long it takes you to handle a plane, or if it takes you a week or a month to handle a plane. That might change in the future, but I've been saying it might change in the future for many years, since 2.0 came out, and I just keep buying more contract capacity, and I'm starting to run into some contract capacity issues soon with my email contracts, because if you guys know, on phatirlines.com we have a free newsletter that you could sign up for, and every 2 to 3 weeks we send out an email that people can get a free contract from. All you gotta do is reply back to it, and with your username and the airport you want it to be sent to, and we send you that contract. So ever since then, now my contract capacity has been it's been increasing, but I buy contract capacity at every single airport every 2 days, because when you have an abundance of silver planes, I got 10,000 silver planes. When you have an abundance of silver planes, you always want to buy the 10 gold planes for 10,000 silver planes. So you always want to do that as soon as you can, because that's going to get you 10 gold planes, which is fantastic. What other game gives you the free currency, for free, just for playing the game? It gives you the premium currency for free, I meant. But yeah, once you start getting that 10 gold planes every single week, and then you get the 1 gold plane every single day, there really isn't much to spend your silver planes on except for contract capacity. So what I do is I go into every airport, and I try to buy the contract capacity using the silver planes. And it's kind of, I'm still at 3.3 million silver planes, and it's not even the highest. I think Freezeman posted in the Discord with player news, mentioning that they got 10 million silver planes. Wait, hold on. I need to validate. How many was it? 20 million silver planes for Freezeman, which is incredible. I thought I had a lot with 3.3 million. This guy has 20 million silver planes. Good for him, man. After level 81 LHR costs 5k XP for extra levels, you think it's worth it? I mean, why not? I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you still play LHR? That's like my first question to you. Why would you quit playing LHR? I mean, look at, you can get so much contracts at LHR. You can get so many player planes if you like player planes. If you don't like player planes, you can still get so many other contracts here. It makes all the sense to keep playing LHR. Same thing with IAD, where you get those massive levels after the fact. I actually like having those massive levels. I mean, I wish that there was like infinite levels. That's my wish, but we don't have that. So I'm okay with those massive levels because, I mean, ultimately, it keeps you in the airport, it keeps you playing, which helps benefit your game because you're getting XP and you're getting silver planes, which is the game also like essentially setting you up so you can get more gold planes and get more silver planes. So I think it's a huge win. And I want to add this because I've said this before, but I need to make sure I mention it because I want you guys to understand how I feel. But like, I'm okay with those 5,000 XP levels because they're after the point of unlocking the airport, right? So after level 81, that's when, at level 82 is when you need like 5,000 XP. Level 81, you still need like 1,000 XP, which is a lot, but it's still at the same scale as all these other levels, right? So like right now I need 1,100 XP. So at like level 81, what you need, like, I forget what it is, like 1,800 XP maybe, and then it goes up, and then it jumps up dramatically at level 82. I would not be happy if we needed a dramatic like 5,000 XP for that level. That would not feel good for me as a player. I mean, I know I could do it, but like I'm also worried about like the more casual player too, the one who doesn't play every single day. That would not be like that. That would be almost, it would feel like not achievable. What's up, B&B Nepal? Eric, what's good, man? You're still playing but not much on your other account? Gotcha. So Cats, what Cats does is, instead of shutting down airports, you slowly stopped player contracts at Bari and MSY and sent all my plays to random player arrivals and random destinations so I can play whenever I want. That's what kind of what I do too. And I also, you know, I also make sure you guys here on stream know what my main airports are. So that way, if you're sending me a request to an airport that's not my main airport, then I'm just assuming that you know I'm not playing that every single day. Because I try to make it very loud and obvious that, hey, I am playing LHR, IAD, BKK. If you want to send me a contract to my other airports, that's cool too, but I might not play it every day. I know some of you guys are really cool with that, and some of you guys are not so cool with it. That's why I make sure it's well known. Right? Handle. Yo, Rhoda Bridge. Oh, I got you, Eric. I didn't know that was easy. Nice to see you, bro. So hold on, Easy. You got two different accounts, or are you talking about YouTube accounts or what? I didn't know you had two World of Airports accounts. So will WoA add levels to all airports when a new airport comes out? They say they're gonna add, or here's like what they say and what they've done, right? So they say on all updates they're gonna add new levels to airports. But I think what they meant was all major updates will have new levels added to the airports, because we get, like, you know, 3.0.1, 3.0.2, no extra levels added, and those are technically like minor updates, right? So fine. What we do see though is sometimes we even get a major update and we don't necessarily get new levels on all of the airports. Sometimes we get, you know, a few airports get extra levels and some don't. So that can happen. But typically when a new airport does get released, almost all the airports get extra levels too. So but that's not always the case, but it tends to be the case. Let's see, any hearted planes. Yep, here we go. I don't know why that one's hearted too, but whatever. What do you think that's going to be the last airport added to WoA? Interesting. I don't think there's ever going to be a last airport added to World of Airports, you know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like there's always airports that they're gonna be able to add. I think the developers even mentioned like the World of Airports is like not the kind of game that is going to be like finished. You know, it's the kind of game, and the way they built it out is like it can constantly get updated. It can constantly be, you know, be updated. Yeah, I don't know what other words I was trying to find, but it can constantly be updated. You can add more airports. You can add more airplanes. There's like the limit is our phones. You know, your phones is the limit. And phones are just going to get better over time too, you know? So I don't know if there ever is going to be a last airport, but I think one of the, like, if you're talking about like when World of Airports gets to like maturity, I guess, I mean, they are mature, but like, I don't know how to word it, but I think Kai-Tak is going to be one of the like last airports in a way. Because at that point they'll have a bunch of retro airliners in the game. They'll have a lot of the stuff that they need in order to make that airport come out or release. Educate, learn, need some help. Can anyone help me if possible? My opinion is that if you're asking, it's like, I don't know. If you're asking a question, why ask me a question to ask me a question? I get it. You're trying to be polite, but like we're on the internet. It's a little bit different than like IRL. In my opinion, I might be wrong. If you guys disagree, let me know. But my opinion is if like you're going to ask me a question to ask me a question, just ask me the question you wanted me to answer. That way I can answer it right away instead of waiting for another response. I get it, you're trying to be polite, but this is the internet, bro. Yo, what's up? I'm at Mert K. Nice to see you, bro. I sent you the A388. Congrats on the win. Did your LHR shut down all the AI contracts? Yeah, at this, so yeah, on my main account and on this account, I pretty much don't have any non-player contracts. The only non-player contracts that I have active are essentially the ones that are, which ones? Yeah, the non-player contracts that I have active are like some of the special liveries, I guess. But for the most part, I have only like player contracts active. Player planes, I should say. Can't chat in Phat's Twitch, so how do I activate chat in Twitch? You might have to create an account. You found out the biggest plane you can land used to be a 757, now it's a 767. That's right, yep. 767 can go to Innsbruck because it's a D plane, right? And there's a bunch of other D planes. Has anybody tried the C-17 at Innsbruck? Can the C-17, can you buy a C-17 at Innsbruck? I'm about to start a C-17 Innsbruck fleet. Kamikaze says, when I shut down airports, I just tell people to redirect planes, player planes to other airports that I actually play. Yep. What's up, Constantine? Hey, Jeremy. Thanks for accepting my Q400 contract from Innsbruck at your Leipzig. Yo, thank you for sending me a contract to my Leipzig. I don't have a lot of people sending me planes to my Leipzig, but that's understandable because it's not a daily airport that I play. But it's always nice also handling some planes that are not mine. You know, it adds a little bit of variety to what I'm seeing. I do need more cargo planes to my Leipzig, but again, I don't play Leipzig every single day, so that's why I don't advertise it like or promote that I need more planes. Oh, you have okay. So Easy has 2 WoA accounts, a free-to-play account, and it's a grind. Yep. Yeah, I'm only 1 minute behind in chat. I'm not too far. Nice. What's up, Educate? Monica, you have 2 C-17. Cats says you can buy a C-17. Nice. You can't send it to someone's in because of demand. That makes sense. Is it only because of demand, or is it because like runway issues too? I know sometimes, like for example, at Bari you can't send a Concorde to Bari, but you can still buy a Concorde if you're in Bari. Do you know? So that's pretty cool. How are we looking here? Any planes blocking or need to cross the runway? Nope. Good. Oh, soon we will though. I'm gonna try harding these planes just in case. Just in case. It shocks you that you can send a B764 to Innsbruck? Yeah. Monika said the first thing I did after 3.0 came out was bought a C-17 at Innsbruck. That is funny. Do you play Innsbruck a lot now? I have a hard time every time I go to Innsbruck. I want to play it more, but it's like it's a slower pace than what I'm used to at World of Airports at this point. So it's like I get distracted, and then by the time, like, I have the tower managers active at Innsbruck, right? And then by the time I realize, like, I get distracted because I'm waiting for all these planes to land and to handle and like something to happen. And then by the time I'm back, I look and I have 10 planes to handle. It's like, oh my gosh. You play in a lot? Nice. It's your favorite airport? Sweet. Yeah, see, Innsbruck, I have like almost 2 million wallers there. Makes me wish the Concorde was a D plane. Alright, how are we looking here? We got any hearted planes? This one's hearted, but it's at 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. You're landing for sure. 3 out of 3. Sure, you can land too. 5 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I think I hearted a lot of these cargo planes because at LHR at least. At LHR, I had so much time where these stands were empty, but we have so many cargo planes arriving that I needed to heart some of them to make make sure that they were arriving ahead of the other planes. What's up, Giant? Nice to see you, dude. A D Concorde would be great. I know, right? A great addition to your comment at Innsbruck. Oh, this one needs to be hearted. You can go right here. Oh, we got an S-plane contract. Let's take a look. Okay, there we go. Sorry for that delay. All right, and we're going to what time is it? 1:43. So we're gonna go ahead and get this plane landed as well. I'm gonna hard it so that way it comes in sooner. How's my departure queue looking? Pretty empty. Yo, what's up? Thank you for the follow. Who is that? Kiminashi? Did I just butcher your name? Hey, Milinkoski. 1202. Thank you for the follow, bro. All right, let me keep reading. Thank you for the blessings. Hockey fan sets Innsbruck. Just set the tower 20 minute waiting for landing. Handle and then set the ground for 10 and departure for 10 and they're gone. Gotcha. Good tip. Thank you for that. Good tip. DJ likes Innsbruck. Monika said I would sell some of my 1.5 planes there to keep them both running. Nice. What is Adam Cack's WoA in-game name? I think it's Adam Cack 69 or something. Thanks for the lurk, Franz Japan. Oh, I got you. Thank you, Constantine. You're there both on Twitch and YouTube. Appreciate that. Oh, we're gonna heart this plane too. So another thing I like to do is I like to heart planes from like the newest airport, so that way I can make sure that like if somebody's sending me a plane from GRU, for example, I try to make sure I heart them, because I know not many, the majority of people are not max level at GRU, so I want to make sure we're helping them progress. Now, if I find out that Bruh Channels is max level at GRU, then yeah, I might remove the heart so that way we can get other planes landed ahead of time. But for the most part, I try to help people, especially if they're at the latest airport, and especially if they're sending it to my main account too, you know. You still play New Orleans? Very rarely right now. This week was weird because my son was sick this week, so I didn't play a lot of airports this week. But New Orleans, I try to play it like once a week. This week I didn't get to play it though. I have so many. The hardest part for me, at least at MSY New Orleans, is that we have there's not a lot of large stands there, and I have a lot of large planes. Not just mine, but from other people too. So having all those large planes and not enough large stands makes it a tough airport for me to play, because I can't just turn on the delivery manager. Or if I do, I need to like monitor the arrival manager so that way I can prioritize different planes in different ways. So it's an airport that I need to pay attention to when I play, and versus like IAD, LHR, BKK, those airports I turn on all 4 managers and the airport runs exactly as I expect it to. MSY and even like St. Martin, some of those like smaller airports, you kind of have to like even Leipzig, I have to pay attention and manually assign some planes so that way we can make sure that they're going to the right place. Like especially since all the stands now are multi-gates, it's like the worst when I have a small plane going into the stand, or a small passenger plane going into the stand at Leipzig that is just for large and X planes. There's no way for me to say, no, don't do that. Don't ever do that. The only way to do that is by pausing or turning off the delivery manager. So like there's a lot of airports, and MSY is another airport like that, where if the delivery manager assigns a medium plane or a small plane in one of the shared stands or stands that blocks the large planes, it'll mess everything up. And that's where the majority of my planes are there. So it's like one of those airports I need to pay attention to when I'm playing, which makes it a little bit harder for me to play too, because I'm not always trying to pay attention to world of airports while I'm playing. I'm usually just letting the managers do all the work, and I'll assign the handling crew and assign the ramp agent, and then I'm done, you know? So I know that's a much longer answer than you probably expected or wanted, but you know, just some insight into like why certain things are the way they are. Hope your son is fine. Thank you, Mario's. Yeah, he seems great. You know, actually the day after he was sick, he recovered like one day after, so that was really good. But he was still kind of out of it the day after. He didn't want to like leave my side, so I actually called out of work, so that way I could hang out with him. And then, you know, by noon he seemed a little bit more back to normal, where like he didn't need me by his side anymore. So at that point, I just kind of I left him with the babysitter, and he was good from there. So thank you for that. Yeah, he's doing great. Back to his normal self. That was like his first like major sickness. He's had like, you know, a stuffy nose, but like this was the first time he had like a really like, he was like 103 degrees Fahrenheit, and typically it's like 98 is like typical. So, and then 104, because I know you guys are European, some of you guys, and 104 is like the danger zone. That's when the doctors get worried. And that's when they tell you to come in so they can help you. So he never got to the point where we had to go like to the hospital or a doctor. So thank God for that. See you later, cats. We're probably going to end soon, but we are waiting for this 788. Yeah, this 788 right here is about to land here. And what we're going to do, actually, it already landed. Sorry. It's about to park here. And what we're about to do is we're going to do a giveaway here on Twitch. If you guys are on YouTube, you still have like maybe a minute to sign up for Twitch. Join me on my Twitch channel. Link is in the description. I think you could probably type in !Twitch in the chat to get a link as well. But what we're going to do here on Twitch is we're going to do a group drop. All right. I'm going to set up a group drop. And what that means is everybody who wants to win this plane, you have to type in !drop followed by an emoji. The emoji is optional, but it's fun. And whoever lands the closest to the middle, which is kind of, you know, it's kind of random, but whoever lands closest to the middle is going to win this contract. All right. Now this plane, where can it go? Right? Where can the 788 go? That's a great question. Where can the 788 go? So 788, let's see. It can go to Muscat. It can go to BKK. It can go to Nagoya. It can go to San Diego. It can go to MSY. It can go to IAD. It can go to St. Martin. It can go to GRU. Can we get it to Bari? Can we get it to Bari? Yes, we can get it to Bari too, guys. So it can pretty much go, hold on. What about Leipzig or Prague, right? Leipzig. Probably not Leipzig. Yeah, not enough demand. But Prague, let's see. Oh yeah. Nope, we can't get it to Prague either. Not enough demand. So we can get it to, whoa. That saved my configuration? That stinks. We're going to put this back to 10 and 10. All right, anyways, yeah, so it can go to pretty much any airport you want, except for, you know, Innsbruck, Prague, and Leipzig, and Sydney. You can't go to Sydney, but that's not bad at all, I think. So, all right, I'm gonna reset the drop. This plane park, it's right there. All right, let's get this going. At the command. Nope, that's not the command. I'm just gonna do the redemption. How about that? Hey, no drops, no drops. Reset drop. I'll tell you when. We're gonna do group parachute. Here we go. All right. Yeah, there is ads. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead and get your drops in, and if I win, then I send the contract to myself. If the tower managers are set properly, the smaller planes only go to large gates if there are no large planes. That is correct, I believe. The only problem, though, is that if... How do I word this? So sometimes a larger gate can be blocked because of a stand that's next to it, right? So then a smaller plane gets parked there, which then blocks the new gate. It's just like almost I'm feeling like, I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like sometimes things get blocked and then the tower manager just still keeps assigning planes there, so it never gets unblocked. Oh snap, let's take a look. Oh, we got some droplets. I love the droplets. Nice job, guys. Nobody's gonna win. Oh, maybe Philippine. Oh, Xyrox. Oh, we're gonna have to do it again, guys. We're gonna have to do it again. Better luck next time. But I guess that's good luck for everybody who lost, right? Because nobody won, so you all have another shot. Xyrox, you were so close. You won this the test version before, right? Are you guys asking what the next airport's going to be? We have no clue yet. Yo, what's up, Tom Majian? Tom wants some passenger planes to medium large X size to send to BKK, and they put their ID. Nice. Right? All right, we're going to reset the drop here. Have I heard that Skype is shutting down in 2 days? Who uses Skype? Who uses Skype? All right, we're gonna go ahead and let me see. Can I do another group job? Hey, no more drops. Hey, every time you do that, I gotta reset the drop, man. Gotta wait till we get the group parachute in. Here we go. Now get your drops in. Let's see if somebody wins this time. Hopefully somebody does. I can't believe we had like what 30 people in that drop. I missed the chat. We had a lot of people in that drop and nobody landed. And I'm gonna put some droplets in too. We're gonna get some droplets in there. Where are the parachute droplets? There they are. How much time is left on this drop? And again, you guys are dropping for this 788 contract. This whoever wins this drop is going to get the 788 contract. Yo, what's up, Breeze? We got 30 seconds left for the drop. 22 people in this drop. And whoever gets closest to the middle. I know you. It's all out of our control. Oh, I think somebody's gonna win this time. Everybody's on that right corner though. Oh, aviation. Oh, aviation. Somebody landed, so that's good news. Oh, is it made to move? Made to move with the win. Wow, that was amazing. So we had aviation with a 30. We had Seabird Clubs Airlines at a 34. Riceless with a 28. Magiskai grabbing on by the edge at 3. And then we got Made to Move at a 72. Where do you want this Made to Move? Yeah, we went from 0 to 5. That's amazing. Nah, this is rigged. Yeah, I only choose the rigged methods. Don't you know? You could blame everybody who did parachute droplets. That's who you can blame. So you can blame me, but you can blame everybody else too. GRU, nice. I love to send planes to GRU. And that means this is gonna stay favorited as well. Let's see, what does demand look like? 18 and 106. Yeah, we'll just keep it like this. And we got made to move. Oh, not mad. Made. There we go. Congrats, man. That's a cool way to do giveaways. I wish we could do more for you guys on YouTube. And I think about it constantly. I just want to find like a way, a method that is fun, because fun is important, right? That's what we're here for. We're playing games, but I also want it to be fair, and I want it to be engaging. That's why I like that Twitch has like those points. So I know educate, I think you were asking before, you get points for watching the stream. It'll show up underneath your chat. There's like a little fat coins icon there, but you get points for watching the stream. Every once in a while Twitch will give you like a little chest that you can click on to open, which gives you bonus points. And then every time, like when you're gonna follow the channel, man. When are you gonna follow the channel? Educate. But when you follow the channel for the first time too, you get points. So that'll help. Hopefully YouTube releases something like that in the future, but we've been waiting for a while for it. Did you guys like that though? The drop? I feel like that's kind of like a nice fun way to do it. I don't know. It changes it up. I didn't want to go back into Discord. My biggest complaint, at least especially when I'm watching other streamers, is when they ask me to get off of the stream essentially, and like, hey, you have to go on Discord for this. Like, I don't like doing that. If you're here on YouTube, I want you to stay on YouTube. If you're here on Twitch, I want you to stay on Twitch. I know it's not always possible, right? I just told everybody to switch over to Twitch to win this one giveaway. But if I can do something about it, then that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that was cool. Nice. Can you send me a contract for San Diego? I don't really have that many planes at my Washington or that are not on a contract already. I do have like a few planes in my LHR that are not on a contract on my main account, which I'm probably gonna do a contract giveaway on Discord very soon, like a lot of them, because I have two things I'm going to be doing, right? So one is I have some airplanes at my airport that need new contract partners, so I'll do giveaways. But another thing I want to do, and I was mentioning this earlier, is I want to start selling planes, especially the planes that I give away on my email contracts. When people cancel those planes, I want to start tracking their performance, right? So I want to see, let's say this plane right here, right? If I were to sell, like if Mert was to cancel this contract, I would say, okay, this plane made me $55,927 on the contract, and the airplane condition is about half. The small check is at 52, the large check is at 252. And then keep track of all those numbers, so that way I could see when's the best time to sell a plane. And this way I could just keep buying new planes beyond just the email contracts. Yeah, and that way I can have some data to kind of share and give better advice. Because I like having first-hand knowledge, not like second-hand. Because like, unless I'm involved with like the second hand, like I'm not too involved with the spreadsheets that like Geo creates, and some of the other spreadsheets. And I'm not saying that I don't believe his data, but I also like it when I'm the one who's in charge of the data. I don't know. Maybe it's something I need to work on. But anyways, I like it when I understand how the raw data works, and then when I look at some spreadsheets and I see like some interesting formulas, and then I like some sheets might be hidden, so I can't really take a look at the raw data. It makes me it doesn't make me 100% confident. I'm still like 95, 98, maybe even 99% confident in it, but not 100, you know. Maybe that's something I just need to work on. Who knows? Maybe. Wow, did Made to Move win another drop and then Educate one? Oh no, Educate won that last drop. Okay. Peace out, Rick Rashid. Like 2 minutes or 4 minutes late, so you probably left already. Up, Harold, can you accept my request from Bari? We are not accepting requests here. Sorry, sir, but I would highly recommend you send it to my main account, the Phat Rican, ThePhatRican. Send it to my main account because we're gonna end the stream pretty soon. We got like 2 minutes on the Tower Manager, so we're gonna end the stream pretty soon, and I'm gonna switch over to my main account. I'm gonna go to BKK, IAD, and LHR really quickly just to accept any pending contracts there, because I know a lot of you guys send me contracts during the stream, and I appreciate that. So I'm gonna go to my main account, accept those contracts. But yeah, if you send it to my main account, I play LHR like every day. And we can really, I can see your planes more often. I can handle them, and we'll make some great progress, especially from Bari. Depending upon like when you play, we could probably get like 2 or 3 handlings in one of my game sessions at LHR. On this account, you're on YouTube, so you would have to be on Twitch to kind of get the contract purchased, and you wouldn't be able to afford it at least today. It would take you maybe a full stream or maybe half a stream, and not 2 minutes, you know. I saw you canceled, and I will make sure to accept it on my main account ASAP. Yo, thank you for the hug. Maltese says your Heathrow is crashing the whole time. Do you know what to do? Are you getting an error message, or is the game just shutting down on you? If you're getting an error message that it's not loading, your best bet is probably to uninstall the game and reinstall the game. If the game, actually, either way, yeah, because I had a problem before where my Nagoya, it would start to like download the airport, or it would start to load the airport, but then I would get an error message saying that the airport couldn't be loaded, right? So when that happened, I uninstalled the game and reinstalled it, and essentially now I can get into Nagoya no problem. Okay. Now, as far as if the airport crashes right away, then like without an error message, I would probably see if you can change your game settings, turn off 3D landscapes, turn off the sound. I don't know if you need to turn off the sounds, but turn off 3D landscapes, turn on battery saver mode, and put graphics to fast. So what you're going to be doing with these video settings is you're pretty much putting the video in the lowest setting. 3D landscapes, it means that there's less for your phone or your device needs to load. Battery saver mode means that the game is going to be, I think, capped to 30 frames per second. And in fast graphics means that not all the airplanes are going to be as pretty as they could be. So I would change those to see if that helps. Maybe you might need to do a reinstall anyways, and then change the settings down to the lowest setting, and then see if that helps. Otherwise, I know there's a lot of vehicles. LHR is such a big airport, you know. There used to be cars on these roads, but I guess they took them out so that way it could be more optimized. Yeah, here's some cars, right? So I mean, all those things add resources that are needed in the game. People want them, you know. People ask for it. Hopefully that helps, man. Otherwise, I would probably just email support@flyboys.games. You know, the official support page, and they might be able to help. I was going to open up, I'm not going to do it. I was thinking about opening up the World of Airports forum, because the World of Airports forum, they actually added more support articles to the World of Airports forum. So I'm going to make a video about it soon. But that's another place you can go on the forum, see if there's a support article about it. But those are some things that I've heard that, well, some things that's worked for me, and some things I've heard that work for other people. And if something does work for you, please let me know, so that way I can keep sharing the good news with other people. hey, you can get your account to work properly. All you gotta do is this, and this. Because a lot of people, you know, they don't know what to do. They don't know who to turn to. And they come in here asking for help, and I want to help them. But, you know, sometimes people forget to tell me what worked. Oh, it's shutting down after playing 5 minutes. So lower your settings. I would definitely lower your settings. Maybe even close down other apps on your phone. Maybe something's running in the background, because that sounds like a memory issue. At least when it comes to like a computer or device. If you're in the airport for like a few minutes, there's probably something else that's taking up resources, and then it's closing on you. So I would probably shut down some other apps as well. Alrighty guys, well, that is it for me today. I gave you a few tips today. You know, some of my standard tips, like always trade in your 10,000 silver planes for 10 gold planes. I gave some, you know, tower manager tips as well. We're gonna make short videos out of that. What else? We talked about the Phat Airlines Discord. We talked about the Phat Airlines email newsletter. The email newsletter is going to be expanded soon too. We're looking for sponsors here at Phat Airlines. So if you know anybody, you work for some company that might want to sponsor this, I appreciate it. You could send me an email. I have a whole sponsorship kit that tells you what all of our data that a sponsor would need. Like how many views do we get? How many subscribers, and you know how long do the people watch, stuff like that. So if you need that, send me an email. We'll start partnering with you on that. What else? I think that is it. You know, I think that is it. Well, AutoFan, see you later. I'm at Mert. Nice to see you, man. I saw your Discord. I wasn't expecting to see you, so it's nice to see you here. TJ, see you, man. Made to move. Congrats on the win. And see you later, dude. Raptor, see you, man. Educate. Peace out, bro. Hockey fan, see you. Snow Yak, see you later. Codell Rosario, nice to see you, and I hope to see you soon. See you guys next Saturday. Every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we do a live stream. We stream on Twitch. We stream on YouTube as well. I don't really promote my Facebook too much, but hopefully one day we could also stream on Facebook and all these other platforms. See you later, ASB. Is it better to watch on Twitch or YouTube? It's really up to your preference, right? Me, I prefer watching people on YouTube in a way because I don't get ads, because I have YouTube Premium. But if it's somebody that I like, if it's somebody that I can watch on Twitch and I want to subscribe to them or support their channel, then I'm usually watching on Twitch, because usually if you subscribe to somebody on Twitch, then you get ad-free viewing. That's a streamer setting, so streamers can turn that on and off. But for my stream, if you subscribe on Twitch, you get ad-free viewing. So that's pretty nice. At least here on Twitch, you also get Phat coins, which are just like a currency that you can get to buy contracts with me or to interact with the stream. So it's really up to you. It doesn't make a difference to me, really. I'm not really making. It's not making a big difference either way. I like Twitch because of its interactivity. So yeah, there you go. Sammy, peace out, man. Riceless, see you later. Manika, you have a nice day too. Thank you. Sir Buffles, peace out, dude. Philippine Semantic, nice to see you. Hope you have a great day. Zyrox, thank you for the great stream. Thank you for being here, man. Monolithic Frog, you have a great day too. Thank you. Harold, I'll see you and your plane very soon. See you next week. Made to Move, peace out, man. Dinju, see you, dude. And ASB Mix VR, peace out, man. Hey guys, again, I appreciate you all. Make sure you connect on Discord, connect with our emails, and we will see you very, very soon. Next Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day. Phat out. Peace.